Hey YouTube, it's your girl Chic from Chic Speaks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in here. Come on in here. We got a lot to talk about. Part two. We're gonna try to wrap this little interview up that we have with Tasha K and the Rose. So come on in here. I had to make sure I got hydrated, well rested for this one. Because when I say our favorite flower be taking all my energy, all my life I had to fight. Your girl has been working hard to cover all the shenanigans all the way to 1,000 subscribers and the watch hours to be able to be monetized. So thank you all who have congratulated me in the comments. I'm still getting through them, trying to acknowledge them all, but I thank each and every one of you because I couldn't have done it without you. So thank you, thank you, thank you for the continued support. It was even someone in my comments who was like one of the day ones who were like, Sheik, I remember back in when you first started and in your live, it'll be maybe like two people. And someone was like, I was here since 2020. Listen, I started this channel like at 2020, like at the top of the year, right before the pandemic. And after that, it's just like, my momentum, I kind of lost it because, the world was just in shambles, child. The world was in shambles like doggone Nelly and Ashanti's life right now. Y'all see Nelly got arrested. I'm like, child, like I'm over here trying to deal with the flower, with the rose, and what she got popping off in Hawaii. And then I'm reading that Nelly didn't got arrested. I said, not Ashanti baby daddy. Lord Jesus. I'm just trying not to be in everybody business. I'm trying to isolate it to Hawaii, but folks making it hard. Y'all, do we need to jump and move around? I'm sure the Rose would definitely appreciate that. She get off my neck, please. Please go check on Nelly. Please go check on Ashanti and the baby. Because this right here, Jesus, y'all. I just do the best I can around here and try to share the love. Hey, VP, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Y'all, it's a lot going on in these streets and these youth in the world. Man, it's only one me. VP sound new and congratulations. Thank you, VP. I welcome you. Thank you. I welcome you. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the shenanigans because, child, we do the absolute most over here and we do it for like hours on end. Like, I don't know if anybody do it as long as we do it over here, but we be on it into the wee hours. BP said, yes, Nelly is too old for this. I was like, damn, like, is the umbilical cord off the baby yet? Like, damn. But listen, this ain't his first time at the rodeo. Look, he likes it. I got kids already. He was like, the baby ain't doing nothing these days but sleeping and eating and breastfeeding on mama anyway. So I got time. I can go do some time somewhere. The baby don't need me. The baby don't even acknowledge my presence at this stage. Oh my goodness. Yvonne McGowan, hello, welcome, hello. Please like as you come in. Please like the video. You know how we do over here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Listen, that's how we make things move around here. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you all, but welcome. Come on in. We're like, I'd say like at a halfway mark through the interview with Tasha K and the Rose yesterday. Like it got real interesting. We did have some people that joined the panel to discuss their personal encounters with the Rose. So we had Tosh from Tosh Ma come up, and that was great. It's just, I checked out her live a little bit after my live because she was on live and, she's trying to build the channel and build back up. So she's definitely getting the momentum and progressing quite well. So she'll be back, at over her 100,000 subscribers and her watch hours in no time. But it's a sad situation. Listen, we just truth tellers out here. We just trying to tell the truth, and it is what it is. And some people don't like it. And as we see, you got the windmillers over here for Rose that are like, get off of our flower, get out of our garden, get out of our garden. And we will not. And we will not, because your damn flower is dry as hell. She doing too much. Hell. So that's the energy that we have over here. And it's going to stay that way as long as she continue to do the absolute most on the internet, because listen, like, she's a representation of people that look like me. It may look like you. So, child, sit down. Like your mom used to say, sit down. So that's what we trying to do. We just over here trying to tell the Rose, sit down. Sit down. Like Nelly might be about to do is sit down, because they say he didn't got arrested. I don't know. I seen that on the Tasha K thumbnail, so I guess she's going to go live to talk about it. Willie D, if you are familiar with that content creator, he was used to be a rapper with the music. Was he with the Ghetto Boys? I think he has a video out there now. So when I was preparing to start this live, I seen that title. So I'm not sure of like the details pertaining to that situation, but what I did see is a whole mugshot. So what we do know, it ain't no rumor. I think Willie D thumbnail is the mugshot, y'all. Good thing he's handsome. It's nothing like having a beautiful mugshot. You know, it seems like it just makes your legal situation hit differently when you got like this good looking mugshot. I don't know. Because, child, these men be out here getting whole modeling contracts off of a mugshot. These mugshots can change lives these days. So be cognizant of what type of mugshot you gonna put out there if you're gonna get one. Like, make it count. Make it count. So let's see. We're gonna get into this video. Is 20 of you in here. Have you all hit the like button? I'm gonna try to listen, y'all. These comments be getting ridiculous. So I'm gonna try to do the best that I can with paying attention to and getting down to the bottom to make sure our audio is good, because you know, I hear it echoes, but it's usually, it seems like it echoes when I'll have the volume up, because I'm thinking like, oh, well, let me turn the volume up so they can hear. But that ain't it. So I need to have the volume probably down more, and you all might need to turn your volume up. But I just want to make sure that you all can hear. So I'm going to have mine's down on the lower end, and you guys, if you can, just turn yours up if you find that when I'm playing the interview, you can't hear anything. But I'm going to be watching the comments. Yvonne McGowan, my wonderful moderator, is in here. She's going to let me know if we got any issues with the sound. So I'm definitely going to try to be more conscious with these comments. But y'all, these comments was crazy. Hey, I'm monetized now, so I can get all the super chats, whatever, however the hell that works. If you know how that works, show your girl some love. All I know is it's a whole thing over here on this channel. So show your girl some love in any type of way. Like, share, subscribe. Cash App Speak 50, which is at the bottom of the screen. And then the super chat, however, just super chat away, however the hell that works. However that works, they just say, sis, you got it. Congratulations. So we're going to hop on over to our video and get into it, because I want to finish. I just want to wrap this video up because I'm ready to move on with life. And then I may drop the link and let some of you all, if you do want to come up and speak on it and share just opinions that you have, because I think that's something that people do like. So as of late, it's something new that I have incorporated into the show to let you all, you know, come up and just speak your piece. Like, you don't have to have a channel to come up and talk. Yesterday, I dropped it because people in the comment was like, yeah, Judge Fifi is in, and I wasn't familiar who she was, but I know who she is now. And I even checked out her content today and subscribed to her channel. So please go over there to Judge Fifi, subscribe to her channel. She got the receipts. Child, she got the recordings. She said she had the recordings. Child, she got the recordings. And listen, she about that life. She about that life. So don't play with her. Just make sure you come correct, because she will hit that record button on your ass, and then you just gonna have to deal with it later because she gonna have the receipt already. So we finna jump over to our video. Let me see. I think I already got it queued up. I think we ready to go. Let me see. I thought I did. Well, let me put it back on there. I thought I did. Here we go. Here we go. All right, y'all, let's get it fair use. We about to get back into this, child, this interview. Y'all get hydrated, because whatever libation you have, you need to get through this experience, because it's a lot. So let's go.
I have a vitamin company. We have an Airbnb, and we make money in different ways. But all of the money that I acquire is definitely.
You would be sitting at the number that you're sitting if it wasn't for the dynamic that you had. So he was working. He could take 4 months off.
That's what I'm saying. All of our money that I acquired because I am the person that thinks of. I'm not just a YouTuber. I have a vitamin company. We have an Airbnb.
Sis said, what I need you to understand, Tasha, because remember, I didn't know who you was 15 minutes ago. I have a vitamin company. I have a YouTube channel. I have a website. I have Airbnb. Like anyone who's partnered with someone in life, especially if you're married, y'all, it's no I, it's we. Like it rolls off your tongue. We. Everything is like we, because when you're married, like it's just one. Let the courts like shit. That's community property. When you say you acquired that vitamin company, okay, and what year you got married? Okay, that's community property. So that means that it's both of their property. But in Rose's mind, she has everything in their life like it's separated and it's compartmentalized, um, to where it's either in his bucket, which y'all, that thing that is small as hell, it's in his bucket, or it's in hers. His bucket is this mystery six-figure job that he has. So that's over there. And then her bucket is all that we see play out on the internet. So I just want to just point that out. This is kind of how she thinks. And look at Tasha's face. Tasha's face is looking like how we be looking over here. You know, we've been looking like this for a couple of weeks now. But I'm gonna get back to the video.
And we make money in different ways, but all of the money that I acquire is definitely my I thought it out, but definitely with my husband, us as a unit, as a couple. Do I think that he, right now he has a job? I don't know. I don't
yeah. I mean, you put that out there because after you said that, he wasn't working.
No, I'm talking about 8 months pregnant, my love. Like 8 months. Okay. I'm 7 months postpartum.
Okay, I know.
I'm talking about 8 months pregnant.
Right.
So at that time, yes, I felt like he was not, and this is not new. I know it's new to the people that don't follow me and see a lot of videos. The people that follow me, I don't hide that. They've seen it. They've seen it in the blogs. We talked about it. And so, yeah, I literally cried on camera about it. So that argument and me feeling unappreciated in that time, like I said, I just had an emotional little moment. And so,
and I mean, you're allowed
I've been going through a lot with the woman and with the trying to learn how to be this level of like, out there on social media. And so I've learned a lot in this little 2 months, and I'm appreciative for the lessons. But
the Rose said, listen, goddammit, I had a moment. I was 8 months pregnant. He wasn't damn working. I was tired of looking at his big group. He wasn't doing a damn thing. He talked about he wanted to be a pilot. He wasn't going out there trying to act like he wanted to be a pilot, to finish getting them hours in, to take that test. And his ass had to get cussed out. So this is her sentiments. But the problem is that she has a lot of patience with her savior, her white king. But when it comes to the black man, it's like there is no room for any effort. Like, it's like, y'all need to have y'all ish together. You need to get it right. Okay, yes, we had these babies at 20 years old. So what? Figure it out. It's like when it comes to black men, men that look like her, me, Tasha K, maybe some of you, it's like there's no grace. But when it comes to Brett, she can rationalize, use common sense, discernment, or whatever you want to call it, to justify why his situation was what it was and why she reacted the way she did. So he gets grace. He gets grace. And I believe that is beyond a quote, because it's her husband, but it's her white husband. It's a different type of expectation that we've come to see that Rose has when it comes to him versus a black man. Because when she cussed his ass smooth the hell out, she laid it out. And based off of what she was saying, he was out here moving like a whole quote unquote black man based off of how she sees the black man. So, girl, like, you looking at him as a light-skinned black man? Like, what is it? Because like, he's out here not living up to these expectations that you have, that you're putting out there, that he's living up to. That it's not true. It's not true. So Tasha is just looking confused like the rest of us content creators. It's just that Tasha has an opportunity to talk to her and to address her about it and not to worry about being her content getting, her content getting taken down for her hitting her with just facts and hitting her with her own words and things that she's saying, because that's all any of us do, any content creators out here do. We use her own words and content to speak on. We're not making stuff up. I know I'm not making stuff up over here. So, like, this is what's going on, and it looks bad. It looks bad. Karen Jones says, I'm surprised no one can find out his employment. No, but he at the house putting furniture together. So I seen caught a little bit of the live last night before I went to bed. And Rose left him at the house. She went to, I don't know, she did a Walmart run, went to grocery store. She said she couldn't take the phone with her, the people with her on a trip to the store, because she didn't want them in her business. So I don't know what she was trying to put in that cart. But she left the phone with Brett, and he had to talk to the people. And Brett was at the house, looked like he trying to put together a dinette set. Y'all remember back in the day, a dinette set where you got that glass table and some chair, some iron chairs. All we seen was Brett with them little, because Brett he ain't finna use no regular, you know how you have like a what do you call that? A tool set. Brett finna use them little screws, them little pieces that comes with whatever he's trying to put together, and with his big old hands, he finna sit there and put that item together with them little ass screws, because that is what he did with them damn bunk beds. And the Rose was pissed off because it took forever. I wondered how long in that live it took for him to put them damn bunk beds together, because I watched it for a good minute and his goddamn ass was still working on the same section of them damn bunk beds. So yesterday he was working on some chairs. I did not watch it long enough to see him finish, but it looked like he was damn struggling. So I don't know if y'all talked about him enough and talking about them kids eating spaghetti on the floor or whatever, but it seems like the more people talk about certain things that they don't have, we'll see that they show up with those things. So Rose was like, listen, goddammit, I don't know when y'all getting the couch and some couch set, but what I can do for you, I can get you this dinner table. I can get you this damn dinner table. And you sit your ass up there at that dinner table. That's a Rose that I got for you, because listen, I'm getting this surgery done. Like I'm getting this surgery. My life is dependent on this surgery, y'all. I'm about to morph into Tulip. I'm getting this surgery. So they're getting little things. So I guess it's working, as people are making comments like, yo, why aren't you getting this for your babies? This. Oh, yeah. I even seen a bassinet child in the living room. Y'all know them pack and plays. They got a pack and play. Baby River got him a pack and play, y'all. He sure do. She like, Race, get in there with him. So she's listening, she's hearing it, but it's just unfortunate that it's taken for people to just throw out these obvious things for her to be like, oh, okay, yeah, let me do that. Girl, you on child number 4, so this ain't your first time at the rodeo. You know what it takes to pacify a child more than your breasts. Like, arguably, like, not every child is even breastfed. So really, you can pump that and put it in a bottle. Really, that is an option. So there is things that you have to do that you can't get away with. So she is listening. She's listening, y'all. I just be laughing. I'll be like, she's listening. She's listening. So I'm seeing those changes for the better for the babies, because of, people like myself or Tosh Mob or whoever, because I'm seeing changes in the house. Karen Joe said, I think we all look like that. Then shake our heads. Yes. Yes. Soft life. Hey, Leah. Hey, Chic. I support you. Thank you. I was checking out your live before I took a nap, your replay of your live, whatever. I didn't comment in it because I seen it was a replay, but yeah, I've been following you for years, y'all. Leah got a different type of ness. And Leah's, so you all, Soft Life, that's another content creator I follow. Check her out. She covers everything. Leah, are you gonna cover Nelly? Because they say his ass and got locked up. Child. So people ask a lot about divestors. What's the difference with that? Leah happens to be a divestor, so she would be the better person to explain exactly what that is. She said the damn Rose is not no damn divestor. So listen, don't even put her over here with us. She can't sit at the table with us. But Yes, it's your perspective on the situation is very interesting. You address it in a completely different way that I do, but I think that's because of you being a divestor in how you view just black on black like relationships versus the interracial relationships. So I always find your take on things to be very interesting. So you all check out Soft Life. That is Lee Andrea. Yeah, check her out. Soft Life. Nelly, yes, girl. He locked up. So you do what you do over there and put it all together and say what the hell going on. But I said, not the baby daddy. He locked up. He got a mugshot and everything. I seen Willie D had it on his thumbnail. So yes, girl, get into it and go on and cue up the camera or whatever you do, what you do over there on your channel and talk about it. Aqua Rose says, pack and play, bassinet, crib toys, stroller toys, and stuff are all newborn essentials on every baby registry. My God. Listen, Aqua Rose said, I'm tired of Rose playing with our name. Shit, I'm tired. Even people who aren't parents know this stuff. But Baby River got a whole pack and play over there, and Daddy was over there putting together some damn dinner table, some chairs. So, yeah, listen, they growing over there. They growing. Soft Light said, I knew you all along. Wow. Yes, yes. Hey, Bless from Texas. Welcome. Let me make sure. Hold on. Why are you not coming up? Hold on. Let me check something because I need to. Bless from Texas. You're not showing up as the way I need you to show up on here. So give me a minute. Let me try to go to this live and try to videos. Trying to go to my live. Okay, there we go. Let me see if I can. Give me a second. Go to the channel and see if it'll work. Okay, there we go. We'll see if it works. Bless from Texas. I didn't see your name showing up the way I need it to show. Bless from Texas. Please say something else in the chat for me, please. I'm testing some things out, please. Thank you. Charmaine Rowe. Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is part 2 of our review for the Tasha K and the Rose interview. So we're going to hop back over there. And I'm just trying to, get through the comments, y'all, because I know it get buck wild in these comments as far as with me trying to get through them. And I know you are used to me getting through the comments, as that's part of the dialogue, just what makes this channel different, because we like to get into it and expound on the thoughts that one another have. So let's get back to this this interview and just see what the hell the Rose talking about.
Yeah, it was definitely a hard time.
Okay.
It was a lot going on. The postpartum, not usually the summer times. For 5 years, my older 2 kids go to their grandparents on their biological father's side. Okay. So they didn't get them this time. So I'm a mother of 4. I have the 7-month-old baby. I have all the kids with me, literally going crazy, lacking a social life outside of social media. And then social media is what I do for work, and it's a lot going on in this space. So it was just a total a lot going on at the time. So
there's no listen, it's facts that you have a lot on your plate. Okay, 4 kids, you're running a very controversial platform. Okay, you built it this way, so you got to be able to.
I'm okay with it. I still stand that,
Pause right there. Leah, if you're still in the chat, I can drop the link. Let me know if you want to come up here and expound on anything. So let me know and I'll drop the chat. The link for you to join up here with me.
On my thoughts and opinions.
Yeah. So
girl, stop copying me every time I put on my chapstick.
I'm not touching you. So here's the thing. Listen, you said something that kind of triggered, me to ask you this question. So you feel like the reason you guys have the lifestyle you have is not because of your husband making six figures, it's because of you thinking of diverse ways to be able to supplement income. And when he was out those 4 months not working and could have worked, you were implementing different ways while you were pregnant and while you were not pregnant to keep things going so that you guys don't have to live on six figures. Because living on six figures is really not a lot these days. Two
Thank
people
you.
make that,
Hello.
right? So
Yes.
you do feel like underappreciated because you've mentioned that. I just want to feel appreciated when it comes to the effort that you give in the relationship
Well, for
and your
me to,
contributions.
yeah, for me to have to, yeah, even like make a couple payments on a car note, that I was appreciative for the Range Rover. Don't get me wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like. I did not ask for it to begin with. For one, I was appreciative for it for
Mm-hmm.
sure,
Mm-hmm.
but for you to like stop working a month after you buy it from me and me to have to, yeah, like there's many reasons. So for him to
But you
move,
said you bought that car.
sure, yeah, in a emotional, because I felt like I was paying for it. He put a lump sum of a down payment and I'm paying for it in car notes. So
You ever
yes.
play you ever played chess before?
Rose saying she bought the damn car because it came out of that damn shared bank account, and that's that bank account that the YouTube checks get deposited in, not the truck. So whatever came out of that account, she's like, I bought it. So she posed it, and they try to go with the narrative of, oh, he got me this. But think about it. When you're married and you got this account and you all share everything, because that's what happens when you're married. How really does it look to where, it's like, oh, he bought me this, if it's coming out of a joint account that you all are kind of putting money into? And then he's on this channel. He's been on this channel since it's been around for a long time. So as Tasha was pointing out, like, he's contributing too. But in Rose's mind, she's separated. She has everything separate with them. They don't operate as like a one. She only wants to acknowledge that they're one when people are coming for her relationship. We're one, we're married. But when it comes to like assets, money, things like that, no, Rose is like, this is mine over here. I paid for this. I did this. And when she cussed them out, she let it be known like how she feels. Like, to her, this is because of me. Like, to her, I feel like Rose isn't going to acknowledge something came from him unless it was something more expensive or something that she felt like she wouldn't have been able to go out and provide for herself, if that makes sense. She can buy a truck or whatever she wants herself because she can look into the bank account and like, oh, okay, I'm going to go get this. She wants him to come through with something that she can't look in her bank account and say, oh, I can just go pull money out and go get that. He needs to come through with something that's going to cost way more than what she's looking at when she see her balance. So she don't look at that as like he's over here like providing for her like that. Then he had the audacity, she's saying quit his job. And I'm wondering, did he quit, get fired? Because when she snapped on him, she started throwing in his face about him losing his job for stealing food. So which one is it? Y'all, I'm just trying to figure it out. Let me get into these comments. Just, y'all, help your girl out. Hey, Radar, welcome. Blessed from Texas, Rose part 1. Thank you. How are the likes looking, moderators? How are the likes looking? Radar, she can't get her story straight. She can, but that's what happened when you tell lies. It's a struggle to kind of keep up with them. So it's just always easier, as they say, to tell the truth, because that's not going to ever change. The truth is the truth. But when you get into storytelling and lies, like, it just can get all out of whack. Karen Jones said none of her stories matched throughout the years. Listen, let's get back into the interview and see what else she got to say. Because she trying to keep these lies together. And Tasha, like, girl, you know how long I've been doing this?
No, what's up?
You've never played chess?
No, I've never
Okay.
played it.
So on the chessboard, you got the knights, you got the priests, all them people, right? And then you got the king and the queen.
Mm-hmm.
The king never moves,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the queen, she moves around the board. Do you know why?
Why she moved?
Well, she moves because the king is at home being stable. So sometimes, even when the king is threatened, because a lot of times they're trying to come take the king, but she protects the king and protects the castle by moving around and moving different pieces while he's the stable foundation. But she has to protect. And so I think, these statistics that you're basing your relationship off of, and it's triggering a lot of things that you've kind of told yourself based on how you were taught when it comes to relationships. Baby, the king is always stable, but sometimes you may get under attack. And while he stays stable and doesn't move, and he's still, the queen moves around the board to protect everything financially, to make more money, to look out, to tell him who's trying to come get him,
I love that.
what we need to do. And even sometimes she may have to have his back. And when you're in marriages, the queen moves around the house. She does more than what the king does.
Mm-hmm.
You do know that, right?
I love that.
Those
No,
are
I
Listen, the Rose like, listen, that's cute, but the Rose ain't trying to be damn working that damn hard. I done pushed out these babies. Like I have done my part. Tasha, you talking crazy. I've done my part. But I get the analogy, I get what Tasha is saying. And as a married woman for a lot of years, 20 years, like she's right. Like the queen, they the ones like keep everything going. Like I refer to myself as like the house manager. You're like, you manage this child, you managing your life, you managing the kid's life, you managing his life. That's what it's all about. So it's a selfless position that you have in life and in the relationship. It's not an I type position. And that's why some people make the decision to not have a type of lifestyle like that with, a husband or children, because they don't want to have a life where they have to be everything for everybody. And Tasha is describing that. Rose, what she's picking up from Rose is that Rose don't want that. She wants the title. She wants the glitz and glam, whatever that she think that's glitz and glam with being a wife. She wants that part. But the work part, that part that really that you experience when you're trying to have longevity in a situation, like that unsexy part, like Rose, like, I don't want none of that. It's almost like a cultural appropriation where non-Black people, they enjoy, the aesthetics of us as far as with the lips, the butt, the curves, our music, the lingo. And it's like, they enjoy all of that, but the negative aspects of being Black, it's like, I don't want to deal with that part. I don't want to be, racially profiled. I don't want to be discriminated when it's time for me to buy a house or me to acquire any type of thing that I want to acquire. I don't want that part. But what I do want, sis, I want your behind. I want your lips. I want your man. I want your, like, a nice little tan. So it's like people want to pick and choose what they want in life out of certain situations, and that's not reality. You have to take the good with the bad. And Rose is like, no, when the bad comes up, that's when she's trying to check out. She like, yo, I don't want to be in Hawaii no more. I want to go back to Arizona. And that's a false pretense of what a relationship is, which is why I believe a lot of the relationships don't work, because people don't have a real life depiction on really what a relationship looks like. They just see the Instagram posts and people, couples vacationing on yachts and moving to Hawaii, but they don't know that in and out and that background part as to what these people go through to just keep things together. That's that unspoken part. And that's what Tasha is trying to convey to her and me. That message comes over to me so easy because I've been married even longer than Tasha has. So it's not all sexy like that. It's a lot of moving part. And I think that was a great analogy when she used chess, because you're protecting the home, you're protecting your man and the babies just as he's protecting you, but it's like you moving in a whole different type of way than what he's moving. And Rose maturity really isn't there to really get that. She's saying, wow, Tasha, I like that, but at the same time, Tasha like, okay, but goddamn bitch, I ain't trying to do all of that. I'm not trying to do all of that. Charmaine Rose says, why can't you keep your words together? The Rose girl, you asking a lot. Let's get back to the interview.
I do know that. I do know that. But like I said, I don't, I'm not like, I apologize, but I'm not like overly beating myself up the way that you got, not you, but like the internet would like me to. Like, I cannot believe I went through some shit. It is what it is.
No, it was just utterly disrespectful for you to disrespect your husband like that because you were going through what you were going through.
Absolutely.
Yep. Like, first of all, I don't disrespect my husband publicly or privately. I just don't do it. I just don't do it. And I was raised by women who taught me never to do that because you don't let people know what's going on in your house. And I get that you guys make family content, but like that's a good way for women to be at your doorstep throwing pussy at that man that you praising.
I agree. They're throwing it regardless, but I 100% agree. I'm 100% with you on
that. Y'all know it's getting real when she get to spinning in that damn chair. The Rose said they throwing it regardless. So the Rose, she ain't around there respecting that man because she like, Tasha, I hear what you saying, but at the same time, I ain't finding him to be worthy of all of that, because child, no. I hear what you're saying, though. It sounds nice. It's cute, but child, I ain't worried. They throwing it anyway. Now, how many of y'all think Brett's catching it? Has he caught it? Like, what y'all thinking? Will he catch it? But I will say, last night when I caught their live a little bit before she ran out to the store, I guess some people in her comments were like, Rose, when are you going to apologize to your husband? Have you apologized yet? So she was just like she was just bothered by the fact that her own people in her comments were like, when are you going to apologize to him? So she kind of walked over to him and was like, I apologize, Zaddy. She called him Zaddy, you accept my apology. And she was just rubbing all up on him or whatever, but in true Rose form. So Rose, this stuff that Tasha K kicking, Rose could give a damn. She don't care. That's the mind of like a selfish person, a narcissist. Like Rose don't care. She has this I mentality, and Tasha's speaking from a perspective of a we, and that's just going over Rose's head. Like she can't comprehend that. Let's get back to the interview.
100% with you on that. That is not a lie at all whatsoever. Absolutely, and I love the way you put that with the chess and the checkers. I like it.
That's the game.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
And I'm in agreement with you on everything that you say. You're not wrong. But again, life happens. We make mistakes and we learn from it and we move on.
Do you have a drinking problem?
No, girl, I'm drinking because this is my first interview with like you.
Okay, I was asking. Somebody listen. I don't watch you to that extent. I drank too, child. Listen, I drank too. I got my wine, but they were saying that you drank a lot while breastfeeding.
No. I wish I could drink more. No, I don't drink a lot at all whatsoever. I drink not even once a week. If I have a couple drinks in 1 week, it is what it is. But I don't drink.
Do you all think Rose has a drinking problem? Do you guys think she drinks a lot? I'm trying to think when I've seen her. Did she have, I can't say I've seen her drinking a lot. I can probably think of a couple of times maybe when she might had some wine. There was that time when her and her mama was on a good foot and they had their wine or whatever, the kind of wine and chill talk. When she had the childhood friend on recently and when they were doing their little interview, I can't recall if they had any alcohol while they were talking, but I don't know. I hadn't picked up that being a habit of hers. So what do you all think? Because some of you probably have seen more content of hers than I have. Do you think she drinks a lot? Now, the thing I didn't really think about until I seen this interview or yesterday and someone brought it up is the fact that she's breastfeeding. So we always see her breastfeeding. And then so typically, usually women, when they are breastfeeding, they're really not consuming alcohol because of that. Like, so they're just like, no, I can't drink. I'm breastfeeding. So, but Rose got the Jack Daniels in a water bottle. So I don't drink that much. So yeah, let me know y'all thoughts pertaining to her drinking, the amount of drinking, because I don't think she drinks a lot from what I've seen, but I may have not seen a lot of her content to really say.
Every regularly at
Do
all.
you have postpartum depression?
It's possible. I don't know. I was not diagnosed with it, but do I think that my emotions and hormones were out of whack postpartum? 100%. We were also, making that abrupt move. It definitely was some, what are they called, potholes that we had to, yeah. So the Airbnb tank, staying in a very tight space with 6 people, drove me crazy, amongst other things. So we definitely, it was not just like smooth sailing move at all whatsoever. So now we just got settled into our house here, or our apartment, our condo here.
Congratulations.
Yeah, here in Hawaii, and things have drastically been better, like a lot better for me, since I finally feel like I could breathe, and I'm getting settled. So,
Have you ever been diagnosed with any sort of mental illness, like bipolar or being manic or?
nope, I've been diagnosed with prepartum, or I think it's called prepartum depression, when I was like 6 or 5 months pregnant.
So it's probably most like I'm
And
not a doctor.
anxiety.
Yeah, okay.
I go to the doctor a ton, because I do have anxiety disorder.
Okay.
Where Rose going to the doctor a ton at? She going to the doctor a lot in Hawaii? Because she did put out there, she remember she her and Brett did the video, I think it was last week, and this was coming off of her learning that she made it, on Tasha K's show, and Tasha talked about her. And Brett says yes, and we're going to, get Rose some counseling. And Rose said, wait, no, I'm already in counseling. I go once a week. So I think he messed up. He didn't keep the lie together, because she like, I told you I'm already in counseling. What do you mean you're going to get me some counseling? Player, I go once a week. Oh, he like, yeah, oh, okay. Child. Brett can't even keep up with them lies. So now the Rose talking about she go to the doctor all the time. Girl, with what? Do y'all think that she's somewhere running around paying for medical insurance? Because that's high out of pocket. And given that she's an entrepreneur, like medical, like you're paying for that completely 100% out of pocket. So she taller and she go to the doctor a lot. That's money. And remember, she got to get her body together. So y'all think Rose going to the doctor, paying co-pays, or I don't even know, when you paying everything 100% out of the pocket, if copay even is a thing. I don't know how that works, because I ain't never paid insurance just straight out of the pocket. But Rose talking about, I go to the doctor a lot, but we over here seeing things that they're going without in their household, because likely of financial reasons. So when you out here just putting money into doctor's visits. Let me get into some of these comments before I get back to this video. Welcome. If this is your first time here, please like, share, and subscribe. Welcome. We are on part 2 of the review of the Tasha K and Rose Miller interview. Rose is a part of the family of the popular channel. She's the Queen of Kings. So we're just reviewing this interview, child. So yes, welcome. Please, let us know what's your thoughts on all of this, because we get into it over here. And yeah, we go into the late nights talking about the Rose and her shenanigans. Say What Now says moderate alcohol consumption, meaning up to 1 standard drink a day, is not known to be harmful to the infant. To be safe is the mother can wait at least 2 hours after a single drink before nursing. Okay. Thank you for that. Say What Now. Appreciate that. Say What Now says she's only been in Hawaii for 60 days. Most folks don't visit the doctor that often. Yeah. Bless from Texas says they both getting confused with the lies. Sister, I go to the doctor all the time. Who says that? Say What Now says we have copays of $50 per visit. Rose like, shit, I'm dropping that $50 all the time. Yes. Listen, I'm getting checked out. Carol Thompson said, help me understand this. Help me, Carol. Help me. Help me help you. Like, girl, don't put that responsibility on me. This is a joint effort over here. Let's get back into the video.
Yeah, like
That's pretty serious. Anxiety
Absolutely.
is very serious, because it can knock off your hormonal imbalance, especially with you making so much because you are breastfeeding and you are making a lot of milk, and that takes hormones to do that. So if you do have something like that, I would definitely take it serious because anxiety can throw the thyroid out of whack, and the thyroid controls the hormones and all of that stuff, and it could cause some chemical imbalances.
No, yeah, I have a literal doctor, and so the like I actually find not you at all
Mhm.
whatsoever because you're asking questions based on what you're being asked,
Right, right, right.
but the I find the internet doctors absolutely comical,
Mhm.
especially most of these people that comment. They have so much going on in their life, it makes no sense, like so much going on.
You've never told your followers that you take any type of meds for any type of mental illness or anything?
No, absolutely not. I told them that I have anxiety disorder, which I do have. I've been what is it called? Prescribed medications for anxiety disorder, but my subscribers know that I don't take drugs. Like I'm
Okay.
not
Okay.
into any medication.
No, and that's
So
cool. Like, listen, I'm not here to judge you or play doctor. I'm
yeah.
not a doctor or anything. I mean, I empathize with you. I know what it's like to have new babies and other babies in the house and to be
Hmm.
married and stuff like that. The
Yeah.
only piece that we was here about was, are you living a lie? Are you being hypocritical? Did you post
No,
your
I don't think
husband
so.
to
The person that I
antagonize
think I
you?
will be.
Yes, all of that Tasha just said. Yes, all of that. All of that. All of that. Charmaine Rose says, so at what point for someone with anxiety issues you think moving across the world was a good idea for your mental health? You know, yeah, that's a good question, Charmaine. Thanks for putting that out there. Let's see what she says on this one.
Able to live a life for a very long time. So no, I don't think so. I wish I could. I would be a much better influencer for sure if
For
I
what?
knew how to live a life the way that most of them do. I would absolutely be a better, like just smiling all the time. If you actually go and look at my vlogs, you'll be able to see like, damn, she was tripping. You'll see me bouncing on the ball 8 months pregnant, looking crazy, crying,
Mhm.
talking about when it rains, it pours, because that was my true emotions at the time. So when I'm sad, I get on there sad. When I'm happy, I get on there happy. When I'm mad, I get on there mad. And yeah, there's no living a lie at all.
Okay.
I feel like we do see a lot of different emotions from the Rose, but a lot of the different emotions are rooted in her just being off balance, like with her mentals and emotions just being off balance. So when you are off balance and that stuff is not checked, whether you're managing that through like medication or just in natural ways, such as like maybe exercising. I exercise, that's a great way to de-stress. Like you can be all over the place. So I do think that we do see a lot of emotions from her, but two things can be true at the same time. That don't mean that your ass ain't still running around being an emotional damn liar. So you can still be out here lying, but we do see you, being emotional. So I don't think that has anything to do with her telling the truth. Yeah, I just think, yeah, she's emotional, but the why, it could be just from just mental stuff that she's dealing with, which has her to just be all over the place, I guess, which is why a lot of people throw around the whole bipolar disorder. I don't know. That's not anything that I've concluded yet or come up with as far as what I see play out really with Rose. I just see Rose as someone who's dealing with, she's trying to still overcome a lot of trauma, like childhood trauma type stuff. And now it's kind of playing out in her adult life as her being a wife and a mother. So I more so see that. Anxiety is something popular that's very common that a lot of people struggle with. I wonder if it's probably maybe one of the more popular, common mental illnesses that people struggle with. And I think a lot of people struggle with anxiety, but they function with it. Like, so they don't take anything for it. But when they really, look into the symptoms of it, they're like, yeah, I can see I have that. So anxiety is a real thing. So I don't side eye Rose for anything like that. It just comes down to when whatever you got going on with you, if it negatively impacts the overall like quality of your life and then your relationships with people, then that's when it's time to go and try to deal with that, because it's having an impact on you. If your stuff ain't impacting nobody else and you just sit in the house and you just over there going through it and you ain't bothering nobody, you not getting on the internet wilding out telling lies, then okay, I wish you the best of luck. But when your stuff start impacting other people's lives, as the way we see how Roses does, Houston, we have a problem. That's when you have to really stop and be real with yourself, and start trying to get some type of healing. And I do understand with her, she says she's not into the pharmaceutical drugs. I happen to be someone who don't prescribe to that type of thing anyway, but you have a lot of natural remedies for, different healing. Pretty much just about everything arguably can be healed naturally, because as they put out there, hell, what were we doing before we had these pharmaceutical drugs? So there are natural ways to heal, but it takes a responsible person to want to seek those, if they truly want solutions and help. And Rose seemed like she's just quite comfortable in what she gives. And it makes her a big check every month. So she was like, all these emotions and things that they see, we're eating off of this. So why try to do something to combat that when it's financially working for us? So those are my little 2 cents on that matter. Say what said seems to be a lack of impulse control. Most spouses put their foot down when their partner is doing too much, like randomly moving to Hawaii. Exactly, which is why we side-eyed Brett. But then when I came across that post where many felt that Rose wrote it, when him kind of being apologetic on how he broke their trust when I guess a woman that he had sexual encounters with in the past, he allowed them to come to their wedding. He, purchased her a gift as I guess I'm sorry type gift. So I took from that is basically he's living in a place of guilt. So because he hurt her, however he hurt her, if he hurt her like that, he's like, okay, fine. What do you want me to do? I'm at your beck and call. And that's just never a good place for anyone to be, where they kind of hurt someone to a point to where that other person's able to like take advantage of them, take advantage of you and get you to do whatever it is they want you to do. Because it's almost like blackmail or just holding something over your head. Like that can't be a good feeling for anyone, where someone's just literally like holding something over your head. And it's just like, man, I said sorry. Why can't we move past this? And Rose, going off of that post, even if Rose did write it, it's just like Brett is like, it's like he's forever indebted to her because of what he did. And him just saying, I'm sorry, is just like not enough. It's like, okay, you just gonna do whatever I want you to do for the rest of your days, because otherwise I'm gonna keep reminding you of what you did to me. And again, that's the victimist mindset. And then that's manipulation. Like it's all of those things that's not healthy in a relationship. James Day say, hey, Karen Jones. Carol Thompson says, Rose said her first husband doesn't take care of his kids. Rose said it's a black man thing. Brett is white. He did not take care of race in the first year and still don't take care of the daughter. Rose just seems to give, Brett a pass. What the sayings would be, I've heard, if it's white, it's right. And Brett just gets a pass. Carol Thompson says, is this really a black man disease? Child, let's get back to this interview.
Now you're on live quite a lot. Like
yeah, right now I am, because with moving, I'm trying to stay on top of my content and my computer. And well, my computer broke because my son jumped on it. And then my camera is it's just not like, I feel like I need a new one. It's not completely broken, but you know how like they can get messed up. And so, or the quality isn't as good. So yeah, I've been on live a lot more than like videos. So yeah.
okay. Now, how does Brett feel about these videos leaking of you cussing his ass out and everything, and the black manosphere, they've been eating this up. Your white king is down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the thing, that like society, that they're so happy, like they were so happy to see that a relationship, a marriage was failing. And that actually, I get it. The argument bothers you all, but the way that so many people were just so happy and waiting and crying on a marriage to fail. It bothers me. But yeah, Brett really is not, I swear to goodness, Tasha, I don't know what it is, but he's not. Maybe it's like something different. But he's not. He's not a person that trips on much at all whatsoever. But he's not. He doesn't feel any type of way. Like he really doesn't. When we argue, we have sex, made up. The next day, the very next day, we were dancing, sitting at the pool. Like, that's just what it was to us. And about 5 days later, it became viral and everything. Like,
I mean, I think because he was able to handle it like that, she say, if that's how he handled it, that speaks to his self-esteem and his level, his manhood, because ain't no way a masculine man that will be okay and sit well with them. And we talk about that over here a lot, that Brett doesn't give us very like masculine energy. Like he's big as far as for the aesthetics, but though everywhere else he's small, like his character, like he's just really small. And the way that she talks to him like he's small. So he's accustomed to this. We witnessed what we saw on the camera, but y'all think this is the first time she laid into him? Really? No. Like he's accustomed to this. And because his self-esteem is not where it needs to be, which I believe largely because of his insecurities surrounding finances, he don't view himself as a provider of their family. Because a man who views himself as a provider, they say it with their chest. It's a certain way that they walk, that they stand. Any of you who have men who provide, you know what I'm talking about. They not with the nonsense. It's more that energy of who you talking to. What you not gonna do is disrespect me, woman. Like it's gonna be that kind of energy. Rose don't get that kind of energy from Brett because she is the one that's running the ship. She's the driver. So as she pointed out, she is the brain. She's saying, he's just the muscle. He can put together bunk beds. He can put together dinette sets, pack and plays. He can move our furniture around wherever I want to move, or, around the US of A. But that's the extent of it. And Rose, like, I need y'all to understand this. That is the extent. Y'all thinking he giving way more than what he is. Y'all not reading between the lines. Y'all not picking up what I'm dropping. Rose is making it clear like that this man, that he's not that type of man. So she don't treat him like that. Rose know good dang well she couldn't how she talking to Brett. I bet you she wasn't talking to Adonis like that. You cannot convince me that she was talking to Adonis the way that she talks to Brett. Mm-mm. And if at any point say if she did get sideways with Adonis, she did say he the one left her. Let's talk about why he left her. What's the background behind why he left her? Was he like, lady, you getting beside yourself? I'm not going to deal with this. We don't know. But I don't think that she was treating Adonis like some king, because she damn sure don't treat Brett like one. It's just he's just a part of the damn title for the YouTube channel, Queen of Kings. Because if he was a king in her mindset, she wouldn't disrespect him the way that she does, because you don't disrespect a king just as you don't disrespect a queen. Like there's rules to this. Let me see. Let's get into some of these comments. Radar says sad she can just stream her life with kids eating on the floor and people just watch like and clap their hands. Yes, anything the Rose do, they just be here for it. Rose, you're such a great mother. Your relationship is so inspirational. Y'all, child, them people be eating it up. I just shake my damn head. Say what now says Brett was away working in different state, hence the reason he was absent. No different than a military spouse. They're usually a little resentment having to be the sole caregiver during deployment. Say what now says a spouse working away from the home is different from a deadbeat father that has to be taken to court to take care of their kids. And say what now says that's my husband and I fall back. Say what now says Adonis is a deadbeat dad who left her to be with another woman with 2 kids. And Radar says, yep, she got on him once for not speaking loud enough. He's just an accessory in right size and color. So yes to all of that. It's just no, there's no excuse to not financially support your children. But listen, I still would love to hear Adonis' story. because I just think that there's some commonalities with how Rose communicate with people. We see how she communicate with her mom. We see how she communicates with Brett. I would like to know, how was she communicating in her relationship with Adonis, because she has this mentality to just point the finger. It's like she has just this victim mentality of like everybody doing something on to her, and she doesn't sit in her own stuff, because sometimes we got to sit in our own stuff to get to that better place, and that's that uncomfortable part. So it's easier to just point the finger. We've all done that at some point. It feels better to point the finger and say what somebody did to us than to have those quiet moments and really take in what role we played into the current situation and why we're getting the results that we're getting. Like we all play a role, so we got to sometimes do that self-reflection, and I don't think that's done far too often. And Rose don't come off to me and she's somebody that does that. She, it's just like they tripping. I don't know why they acting like that. Yeah, I cussed him out, but we was, we had sex, we was good the next day. It's just like, girl, like she just apologized to him on the live last night, because she hadn't even done it. And that's because her own rosebuds were like, girl, when are you going to apologize? So that was the least I guess she can do for them, since they were still trying to hold on and rock with her, is just be like, okay, let me go on over here and tell this man I'm sorry. And it took a lot out of her to do it, y'all. You tell she was mad. She did it, but she was mad. Bless Up said, Brett is just crazy as Rose. They are a ticking non waiting on to explode. Yeah, they are. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, and we'll be here to talk about it. Radar says her let's be honest fight with Brett is the true dynamic. Yep. Yes, I agree. I believe that. So let's get back into this interview. The Rose interview with Tasha K and the Rose of Queen of Kings.
Everybody freaked out, but it was just that we argued. My husband knows that I have anxiety disorder, and so I don't take drugs for it. I think it will help for sure, taking anxiety medicine for it, but I just don't. But he's my anxiety medicine. Like whenever I have anxiety attacks a little bit too often, and so when I do, I just need him to be like, you're good. It's okay, babe. He calms my heart rate down. Like he calms me down. So like, even like I'll sit in the shower and he'll just be there. He genuinely helps me. So he knows, I was emotional. Like he understands me. And I think that's the thing of finding somebody that truly understands you. Now,
do you think
that's not an excuse? I get it, Tasha. We don't beat the dead horse. I get it.
No. I'm not talking about that. I was going in a different direction, but go ahead, finish your thought.
Go ahead, girl.
No, I was going to say, but do you think that's fair to put, like, to lean on him to help you to deal with your anxiety and stuff? Like, I mean, do you ever think like he's going through a lot too as well, and maybe you should get some type of mental health help to help you deal with that?
I do, like, I have a counselor,
okay.
for just regular life. We have
she lying. That child. She lying. Back to these doctor's visits. Remember, Brett said, yeah, we're going to get her some counseling. And she's like, no, remember, I go to counseling already. I go once a week. He's like, oh, okay. All right, I got the pills in the chat. Karen Jones says, I'm sure Adonis doesn't want any part of her drama, mess, or fame. I agree, but she out here telling her side. So it's what they say, 3 sides to every story, her side, his side, and the truth. So yeah, Rose just, again, even, she acknowledged she struggles with anxiety disorder, and she's like, I'm not going to do anything, personally to deal with that. I'm going to, let Brett absorb this energy and just calm me. Like, and Tasha, that was a good point Tasha brought up. Like, is that fair? Like, for you to just put that responsibility on him for your mental health? At the end of the day, we are all responsible for our own mental health. We can use our partners, people around us as supports, but that should never be like your sole like dependency on just getting you all the way back to where you need to be. Because people, they're human too, and they got emotions, and sometimes can feel overwhelmed, and they got their own stuff they dealing with, and then now they got to have to try to deal with your stuff too. Plus they got kids, and y'all, when you got kids, and especially when they small, that's a whole different type of stress that you bring, that comes on. So I imagine that there's a lot of times that she feel like stressed or overwhelmed just because of just being a mom, and she got, a crying baby that wants to nurse and be on her hip all the time. You got loud, like she got boys, so she don't even have a calm girl around. She got, rambunctious boys. So I can understand why she may feel stressed. She got a lot of reasons to be stressed, but at the same time, I think that she could afford to take more responsibility of her mental health, her self-care, and not be so dependent on Brett. Because when they did that fake interview, I mean that fake video about we separated, Brett had said, he was like, well, it ain't gonna last so long, even though they said they faked that video. But the part that I do feel like he was telling the truth about is he was like, Rose, you're dependent on me a lot. So you wouldn't even last a day. He was like, you're not gonna last a day. And she was like, well, why you say that? I was a single mom, with 2 kids when I met you. But then after she says all that, she was like, well, yeah, I do depend on you a lot. Like, so she just told Tasha she depends on Brett a lot. So it's like she depends on him, but it's like but at the same time, it's like she chop him down by pointing out that I don't need you, in the ways that she talk about, with the finances and how it's hers and it's because of her. It's almost like her way of kind of keeping him grounded, I feel like, so he won't get to the point to where he just feel like he's in control or running something. And again, that's her issue, as her struggling with having to be in control all the time. So she just want to make sure she kind of keep him down here, so he don't ever think that he at the point to where like he can poke his chest out. She want to constantly remind him, well, we only got this because of me. This it's like a psychological mind game that I feel like she plays with him as a way to try to keep him around. So therefore he thinks like, well, I live this quality of life, which is better than maybe what I was living before because of Rose. So let me just kind of simmer down and just try to work it out, because it is because of her that, like, so I think she throws that out there. So he has psychologically like um interpret that as being like his truth, and like, yeah, she's right. She's right. I just got to deal with it. I got to deal with it. I got these 2 kids. Child support would be crazy. Like, I just got to suck it up and deal with it, because she's right. She's right. She's right. And it's unfortunate, but that speaks again to his self-esteem. Say what now says, we didn't know his identity until he revealed it. He could have kept his identity anonymous. Very true. Blessed up said at Karen, he doesn't, and I don't blame him. However, he needs to get his 2 sons. Karen Jones said, I agree. Charmaine Rose says, so where was Brett when you was going through? Oh, yeah, he stayed 2 months in Arizona instead to be the first thing smoking for his wife. Right. It's a good point. Say what sound emotional abuse? Yeah, that's a real thing. Emotional abuse, some argue that it can be more damaging than actual physical abuse, because physical abuse, those bruises, you can heal from those black and blue bruises, but that emotional abuse, it can be with you for years to come, some people for a lifetime, especially if you don't treat it. And I feel like what we see play out with Rose is, impacts of possibly some emotional, psychological, abusive things that she may have endured growing up, and she's still struggling to kind of deal with that. But yeah, emotional abuse is a real thing, and I believe a lot of women are guilty of doing that onto their men. I think, a form of just just cussing your man out, like that's a form of emotional abuse, because you like, okay, well, I can't hit him, he's stronger than me, but I can attack his mind, his self-esteem. I can say mean, hurtful things to him, and eventually people get fed up and they get tired, and you can come home one day and they just be gone. They like, I'm not gonna do this no more. I can't do this with you. So women can be abusive. And it's like we always talk about, it from the other angle of like a woman. I mean, the man and the abuse that he does unto a woman. But I wouldn't be surprised in a lot of relationships that a woman is actually more abusive than the man is, but it just doesn't get talked about. It just, you hear more so about physical abuse. That's just domestic violence. Most, it's the physical abuse, but we got women out here being entire hell raisers out here, and many of us either are one or know several or a few. So Rose is definitely not unique. Beautiful Soul Girl said, Tasha's incorrect. Yin and yang often works. Opposites do attract. I'm introvert and my husband is extroverted. I'm anxious and my husband is calm. Yeah, well, that's where that saying comes from. They say, opposites attract. I think that you do need to, I like to call that as like a balance, to where you got to have somebody to kind of balance you out. So beautiful soul girl, as you say, you're more so up and your husband's more so down. Like that's pretty much like the dynamics of my relationship. So it's that opposite, but though we do have some similarities too. So it's just like everything is just a balance. It just got to be balanced. And you got to make sure that whether you're up and they're down, whatever, just long as you guys are healthy minded people and not just running around just being disrespectful to one another, that's when it just becomes toxic. So it's just levels to this, and Rose just got an entire toxic situation. So let's get back to the video.
Marriage counselor, not because our marriage is in shambles, but we've just always had a marriage counselor just because it's good for marriage. So no, I don't think like I need to take drugs I've been who I was before my husband said I didn't. We gotta understand that. Like I didn't just become, anxiety didn't just appear after I've been this person, so he knows what he was getting into. And I'm the first person that he's ever proposed to. And he's 37 years old. We've been married for 3.5 years. So no, I think it's okay. I think it's.
Is it true that he was living with his mama when you met him? No.
Why you put your glasses on to be messy?
I'm just asking. Is it true
No, sis,
he was
it's
living
not
with his
true.
mama?
It's not true. He lived in Las Vegas, Nevada when we got together. When we first got together, he said that he laid in my bed and told me that he was sniping. That scared the shit out of me because
sniping.
First of all, he's like, yeah, he is. He did private security when I met him, so he is like a certified sniper. But he was doing it as a sport, not like killing anyone. But when I heard sniper, I didn't know nothing about that. Like that to me, that's some white shit. So
that sounds like an assassin. What is he sniping? Does he work for the CIA?
No, so you go out in the desert. You go out in the desert. We live in Vegas. You go out in the desert and practice sniping. Actually, I took down a lot of his pictures because I wanted to change it to family content. But his whole Instagram page was like private security and him shooting and with guns and all that type of stuff. But yeah, so when he first told me that, I got really, really scared. And the way that he looks, I'm not gonna lie, when I first got with him, I liked him. I was intrigued by him, but I was low key a little bit wary. I felt comfortable being at my house with them, but I didn't feel comfortable being at his house. So when we first met, he lived in an apartment in Las Vegas. And then about 3 months later, I never went there because I didn't like to go to Las Vegas anyways because I was from Henderson. To me, Las Vegas is crazy. I just don't go to Las Vegas. So he about 3 months later, when we were together, we got a little bit more comfortable with each other. I asked him to move into my place, and his lease was up. So
wait a minute now, hold on, wait.
So about this story where how her and Brett came to live together. So on this live, remember y'all, I said Rose left Brett alone at home yesterday to finish putting out that dinette set for that table for them children. So she ran out with the older kids, go to the grocery store, left him at home with the baby. So he was like, y'all know he's not really much of a talker like that. And when he do, y'all know he be mumbling, so you barely can understand what he's saying. So he was left with the phone in the chat. So child, baby, he started talking and people in the comment like, wow, Brett, you just look like you're so relaxed now that Rose is gone. So Brett started talking, y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all what Brett said. He started talking about that child he got already, and then how he got with the Rose. So I'm gonna tell y'all what he said. He said that the woman he met with a woman, she was Indian. They had a baby together. At 2, they decided, to try to get an apartment to live together. This is in Las Vegas. He didn't like the experience with living with his baby mama. He just concluded that, nah, we don't gel. Let's just, you get your own place and I get my own place and I just be there for our child. She didn't like that. She wanted them to be under one roof together as a family, but that's not what he wanted. So I guess she got pissed off, grabbed the child, and went on about her business. That was his life before meeting Rose. He then met Rose, and then he said at the time, the reason why he had this air mattress that he was sleeping on, he was like, because he used to travel a lot with the type of work that he did. As Rose is saying, he did security, the sniping. He was just always constantly going. So he said he just had a very minimalistic like lifestyle. And he compared it to like in the movies you see when you'll see like, I don't know if he compared it to like James Bond or just people, Secret Service, people who live very low key lifestyles. Sometimes you'll see in the movies where the man will just have just a bed, like it's just real basic in his living environment because he's just gone. He's in and out. So he said he was trying to have lived that type of lifestyle, which is why he only was just sleeping on an air mattress because he really wasn't there a lot. I guess when the lease was up for wherever he was staying, his words was, Rose made me move into her apartment. That was his word. And I'm like, made you? And then someone in the chat kind of caught that and was like, made you move in there. But that was his story as to how he ended up with her. He was like, Rose made me move in with her. So from the beginning, as Rose talked about, she didn't, and I believe this, people don't just say I do and then just turn into just some whole different person. People are who they are. And a lot of times people think once they say I do, they finna get a different person for the better. And that is not how it works. Mama-in-law told me years ago, whatever this person is given before you say I do, post I do, it's going to be magnifying 10 times worse. So if there's something about them that you didn't like before you said I do, baby, once you say I do, you really finna be that much more annoyed by that very thing. It don't go away. So that's this mindset that people have with wanting to try to change people. So she's right. Brett knew what she was giving before he married her. He knew, but he still did. That's why I don't feel sorry for Brett as far as like the energy that she gives off to him, because he knew. But the fact that he tolerated it speaks volume to him and what type of man he is, because that's not masculine energy. That's feminine. Like, bruh, like she's the one running around acting like the man and he's acting like the woman. And what relationship we see that operates that way that really has longevity, because eventually things just go left where it just gets old for either the woman just tired of just dealing with somebody that she feel like she gotta hold their hand, or the man just get tired of the woman just blatantly just disrespecting him. So it typically don't end well in them type of situations. But yeah, so that was Brett's story as to how him and Rose got together. And let's go back to the part as far as him having that relationship and living together with his baby's mom. There was a version of the story that they both told together that Brett and that woman, the lady got pregnant from a one-night stand, and he did not know the child existed until after the child was born. When Rose cussed his ass smooth the hell out, she mentioned that when they got together, he lied and did not tell her that he had a child. She said his mother told her that woman that he had a child with, they were in an entire relationship and they lived together. That's the story he told yesterday when she was gone. So it's like these stories, child. Listen, I'm just over here. What Tasha say? We playing chess, not checkers. I'm just paying attention to the game board and watching these pieces and how they move. And that's all I'm doing over here. And that's what we do. But you gotta, I pay attention to what people say and see how it lines up with their actions, and I don't forget stuff. So as I do this research for this content out here, I just keep in mind what I heard. And then when I see this couple show up again and they start speaking a whole nother language, it's like, wait a minute, that's not what you said. I done heard now about like 3 different versions pertaining to the situation with his daughter. And when Rose cussed him out, she was like, I'm feeling away because you're not fighting for your daughter, just as she feels like Adonis isn't doing what he's supposed to do pertaining to her 2 older sons. Rose has a problem with that. But she over there dealing with it with her white zaddy, with him not showing up for his child in the way she feel like he should because he white and is right. So y'all, listen. Let me get into some of these comments. Beautiful Soul said, yes, there are a lot of women who verbally abuse their husbands, and unfortunately, white men will tolerate it for a long time. It's cultural. Charmaine Rose said, in the basement, right? In the basement. Beautiful Soul Girl said, yes, sometimes my husband is too relaxed. That's where I step in, go over everything, and he realizes it was something he needs to take seriously and not brush it off his shoulders. Balance. It's all about balance. When you know, you know. Charmaine Rose said, didn't she say Brett lived in the hood? Yes, she said a lot of things, but yes, I remember her saying that. Charmaine Rose said, and she said she was scared. She said that. And remember in his version, it's like Rose made me move into her place. Blessed Up said, true. Beautiful Soul Girl said, I ain't gonna lie, some bachelor men will make good money but have a basic bedroom. My husband owned a 3-bedroom house when we met, and his home was so bare. I get it. So it was like when he told the story of why he was living that way, I'm like, okay, because I know other men, who live real simple and basic. But the way that Rose told it, Rose is the one that had him out here looking crazy, because we wouldn't have even known that background if it wasn't for her. So she's not even out here protecting her king, using the analogy that, Tasha K used with playing chess. Playing chess. Rose don't give a damn about. She just worried about that bag. She put that out there, and the way that she presented it, it made it be like, oh shit, he broke. He didn't have nothing. But though now she want to backpedal and get pissed off at people for using her words of he broke, and she want to roll her eyes and tell and get upset with you. And it's like, girl, you said it. You said your man was broke. We didn't come up with this on our own. That's what you put out there. Franz Gomez said, hey, everyone. Hey, Francis, welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe as you come on in. Come on in. Beautiful Soul Girl said, after we got married, he let me decorate how I wanted. Our bedroom literally looked like a princess bedroom, and he didn't care. 3 houses later, and he lets me decorate the house girly. He don't care. Right. Like, so some most men are very simple. Like, so with me, I'm kind of more like a guy. I'm very simple. I don't really get big into decor, but my husband does. So we're kind of reverse. He's into, he would love for me to be more into decorating and stuff like that. But child, that ain't my ministry. I just don't really care. I would be that person and just want to pay somebody to come in and do it all. I just don't get off on just getting into stuff like that. But like, he's really particular and loves things just appliances, just decor things, just looking nice. So it's the balance, whether it's the man doing it or the woman doing it. The moral of the story is you need balance. So let's get back into the video.
Wait a minute. You asked that white man who was sniping to move in with you?
3 months later, we're like together now. We're together. His lease is up. So I'm like, he's like, I'm about to get a place with my homie or whatever. I'm like, no, just move in with me. My lease is not up.
He was going to get a roommate. So instead of him going to get a roommate, he chose you as the roommate.
Yeah, sure. But so, no, girl, he had to pay. But yeah.
But roommates help out financially.
Right. So anyway, because my lease wasn't up, and we've been together for like 3 months. Anyway,
so you said, don't take that money over here, bring it over here, and I got 2 kids. 3 months.
Tasha K. He moved in. You hear my baby crying because he's getting messy. My baby getting the crying. He like, come on, mom, get off.
You can go see about him. You can go see about him.
No, listen.
Okay.
He moved in with me, but he also, from my understanding, you don't want my baby on the camera, huh?
No.
Y'all think Rose would have pulled out that damn boob and started nursing that baby, because y'all know she will whip that bad boy out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and just be like, yeah, so my zaddy, and then just had that baby all attached to her. She don't care. Rose don't care. I'll be like, listen, I'm all for the nursing, but child, I ain't never try to do nothing on the levels that we see her do it on the internet. She's a trip.
Okay, hold
Your
on.
husband home? He home or he ain't
He's
home?
not. He's at work. He's at work
Okay.
for like 2
If you
hours.
want to go see about the baby for a second,
But so she said he's at work, but people were saying he was in the chat on this interview. So I didn't take notice of it, but and I don't know what name he was in the chat, but they were like he was there in the chat on this interview. So I don't know if you go back and watch it if you can see the chat and identify whether or not you see him or not. But she said he was at work. So child, we still don't know what he do, but she said he was at work.
if you can't, we can, end it here. I think
No, we got to stop soon. But I want to tell you this. So
Okay.
he was coming to me, but he was also securing a place because just in case we're not like all like that. We've been together for 3 months. So when I did go to his place, which he was in between, but his place with his roommate, it wasn't necessarily in a basement because we lived in Vegas. We don't have basements, but he had like a first story, third story, and I mean first, second, and third story. He was on the first story, which is kind of lower, and he had a mattress, and like I'm like, what's up with that? But he's like, because it's just me, and if I was moving in with you, I wasn't going. So yeah, like I did actually the first time I went to his place, he was on a mattress, but he also bought my Camaro from me. So obviously he wasn't broke. I didn't want the Camaro
He
anymore.
bought a car from you?
Yeah, because no, he had his car, girl. Don't do that.
I just only asked what you put out.
He
Okay.
had a car, but I was tired of my Camaro and I was trying to sell it. And he said, "Hey, I'll buy it from you." And he bought my Camaro from me. He did.
How much you sell it to him for?
4,000.
Okay. He gave you cash or payments?
No, he gave me cash.
Oh, okay, I'm just checking. I didn't know. Like, I'm thinking maybe you moved in with a white man in Vegas that had like a 6-bedroom house. I didn't know he had a mattress on the floor and you told him and he was about to go do a roommate and you told him to come stay with you.
Well, now you know, Tasha. Now you know, girl. You ain't know, but if you don't know, now you know.
But here's the thing now. You out here dragging black men for if it was a black man living at home with his mama and wanting to move in with you.
Tasha.
And wanted to move in with you, you would be having that shit. But you let this white man do the same thing black men be doing. And you said, come on in because you felt like his intentions were different. But
no, not just that, Tasha. He made money. He made money.
There's a lot of black men that make money too. But a real man would say, baby, I'm not moving up in there because you're not gonna put me out. You are going to come move in with me. And besides,
that's why that's why, like you said, I'm not gonna move in with you because you're not gonna put me out. So that's why with my real man, because we ain't gonna talk about what a real man would do, because my man is a very real man. And with
right, you don't talk to him like he a damn real man, and he sure the hell don't respond to you like he a real man. So we ain't gonna do that. Let's not do that. Beautiful soul girl said, I love to decor. My house look like a showroom. 3 kids too. They have a medium room, playroom to destroy. Beautiful. Bless Up said, I don't believe Brett has a job, especially after getting fired from stealing. Jesus, because he sure can't use them as a what you say, a reference. He just got to leave that job off. Charmaine Rose says, that's the basement sweetie. The basement sweetie, y'all. Beautiful soul girl said, Rose is a narcissist. She will put her man on a high pedestal, then bring him down lower than he was before. They tend to break the self-esteem of whomever they date. Yes, that's why I say when you're dealing with a narcissist, you have to really be secure in who you are, because if you're not, that person, that narcissist will tell you, they will have no problem telling you who you are, and you will believe it. You will walk around believing that you only 5'5", even though you 6'5", he don't even look at himself as he's the masculine man really that he is, because Rose then told him and showed him otherwise. And guess what? He's believed it. It's very sad and unfortunate, but I still don't feel sorry for him. Karen Jones said, didn't she say he lived with his mother, or am I mistaken on a basement and a mattress? I remember her saying he lived in a basement on a mattress. I've heard people talk about him living with his mama, but I can't say if I heard her say he lived with his mama. I just knew he was in a basement. And then when he was telling his story about his living situation, of just having the air mattress because he was traveling and in and out a lot, he really didn't. I think he made it seem as though he lived um, with some other people. He didn't. It wasn't with his parents, because his parents were in Iowa. So she met him. They were living in Las Vegas. So yeah, he wasn't living the way his version of the story wasn't at his parents. He was in Las Vegas, and his parents are on the farm, I think, still in Iowa. Charmaine Rose says she know it was his mama's basement. Let's keep it 100. Jesus. Blessed up said that, Karen, you originally said it, but then changed it up. Beautiful soul girl. Keep them from friends to be abused. Keep them from friends to be abused more and dependent upon them. Charmaine Rose said, I know that's right. And Charmaine Rose said, I heard her say that. Listen, we over here paying attention. we are at the top of the class. Let's get back to this interview. Looks like we may have about another 30-ish minutes ago.
So don't make a real man.
No, baby.
And white.
Mm-hmm. You know what makes a real man? That what? He loves his family. He loves me. He loves his kids. He would go to hell for me and his children. Like he does for us. He's a provider. He's a protector. That's what makes a real man. Now, me, I do want to be very real on this. I desire. He's from Iowa, Tasha. What that mean? Listen, he's from Iowa, and his family are farmers. So he's okay with like making his money, living like a regular chill life. I'm so not.
He know how to work a hoe.
I'm not. Work a hoe.
A hoe. You know, he a farmer. They use hoes to hold the ground.
Oh, girl. Because
he's a farmer, you feel like he's not flashy enough.
Yeah. So he's a hard worker from Iowa. He truly is, and he's a good man to live like a normal, just like basic suburban life or whatever. I desire more out of life than it may not be good, but I do like the nicer and the finer things of life. He's not like that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I was saying they're not moving, they're frozen. Somebody messed with the cursor and froze the comments. Okay. So you desire to have a
you've been seeing comments?
Where the comments? Yeah, I'm on StreamYard. Yeah.
Well, where the comments at, girl?
You can't see them because you got to watch them during the playback.
That ain't.
And I don't need you distracted, honey, because you'll be been up in there and cuss folks out. You on that Jack Daniels and the baby's gonna be crying. We don't need all that, okay? So it's just me and you here. But what I was saying was, so you desire to have someone a bit more flashy, like the scammers on Instagram.
I desire to have my husband, but what I'm saying is I'm just more flashy than he is. He'd be like, no, we don't. Literally, he'd be like, let's get a minivan. Like, it's time to get a minivan.
What's wrong with a minivan, girl?
No. I'm just telling you.
You got 19,000 kids. Y'all need a minivan.
How many kids you got, Tasha?
2. And we had a minivan.
Y'all, Josh in here shading this woman. Lord Jesus, I see y'all picking that up in the comments. Let's get through some of these comments. Oh my goodness, where did I leave off? Let me see. And that Charmaine Rose saying that daughter that don't come visit your home, right, Rose? Yeah, no, she don't come visit. Beautiful soul girl said, work a hoe. Tasha is slick. Y'all see how she was like, you know how to work a hoe. Rose is like, she wasn't that tipsy on that Jack Daniels and not catch that. She's like, wait a minute. Radar, you got that too. Listen, the Rose was like, wait, she had to put the drink down. Wait a damn minute. Cooking with Kiki said, girl, bye, you are ghetto. Listen, it's the water bottle with Jack in it and the Carmax. That's a hell of a is that the ghetto girl care package? I don't know. I don't know. What do you call that? What do you call that? Is that how they do it in the great state of Hawaii? Is that how they roll? How do y'all think that Hawaiian lady that she hooked up with would feel after seeing this interview with Rose? And y'all think if her husband seen Rose, he approved to be left behind with them damn 7 kids at the house so she can go outside and play with Rose? Because she said she got 7 kids. Maisel said, not he used to work in the home. Yes, that's what she said. She did. She said a couple times. Charmaine Rose said, your kids know their sister. Rose she don't want to address that part. Now since she cussed him out, like I haven't heard her talk anything more pertaining to the situation with her stepdaughter. I heard her on a live where people were asking her if she wanted any more children. She was like, absolutely not. She used to want a daughter, but she's like, she no longer wants a daughter. She doesn't want any more children. She'll just have her stepdaughter. So that's the only time since she went off on him that I've heard her really speak on the daughter. And it was just surrounding that conversation about her wanting to have a daughter one day. Cooking with Kiki, child. Listen, it's a whole Kiki over here. Radar said it took Rose a minute because she on that Jack. Y'all think that baby gonna sleep good tonight? Cause she got that Jack in her system. She go pull that boob out the nurse. If y'all think a little River gonna be out, y'all think he was out that night? He slept real good. Maybe that's why she be drinking, because she like, listen, let me go and get this alcohol in my system. So when this baby get the nurse and he can pass the hell out. So let's get back to the interview. Oh my God. Yes, listen, we could not get through this entire interview because y'all, it's so much to it. So we had to break this down and make it part 1 and 2.
We got a minivan.
Okay, listen. But he'd be like, no, we don't need this. We need a minivan. He'd be like, no, why are you getting, why do you want Jordans for the boys? We can get some flip-flops.
Right.
Why are you getting the Fruity Pebbles? We can get the knockoff Fruity Pebbles. Like,
he used to buy the big bags of fruity pebbles, the ones they lay on the grocery store, because he know they gonna eat that. What's wrong with that? Food is food.
Nothing is wrong with it. I'm just saying that's how he is. And so no, I'm not saying like that. I desire a different man. I desire my man, honestly and truly. Whatever you see, whatever you thought, okay. But I desire and I love and I cherish my husband. I get it. I should have.
But you desire, you just want a little more.
But yes, so I'm saying he can provide that basic like suburban life. He can, but I desire more. So I gotta go out where he provides the basic necessities of the family. I provide the better, or I come up with thoughts. We as a team provide. But
so let's talk about what are those basics you think that he's providing, because you do have to have a job. And I've heard Brett when he had left, remember he had left her for X amount of weeks and she was on the internet talking about, y'all, I don't know if he coming back home. I didn't shave my head off going through something because I didn't know he was coming back, if he was coming back home. So I saw the video where he came back home and he was talking in the airport and he talked about how he said the same spiel that she just said. He was like, my income basically just, takes care of us. But what Rose does, so again, he separated. He was like, but what Rose does with, that income, he was like, Rose, he says she elevates us for us to have more. So when he said that, I'm like, okay, because I was going off of, he was a hard, he worked. So I'm like, okay, well, he said, his income is what takes care of the family. And, what she does is just extras, which is what I feel like in an ideal situation, it should be that. I feel like a man's finances should be able to take care of the family. And if the woman does work or choose to work, it should be kind of like, those extras, say, so you all can like have a vacation or have those, the more expensive moments, maybe at the restaurants, that extra non-necessity type stuff. Not, I don't feel like, the woman's income should be, the survival part. But in some situation it is. But I just think that a mindset that a man should have is for his income, his check, to be able to take care of these survival things, and then her check to take care of like all that extra. And together it just creates the experience for the family. So when he said all that, I'm like, okay, I wasn't mad at that. But then as it started coming out saying that he didn't have a job, and she cussed him out and talking about you got fired because you were stealing food, it's just like, Lord, that went out the window. The whole idea with him holding things down. So as she's talked, their whole livelihood has come from just the internet, the money from YouTube. So to her, she's the one, going off of when she got into it with him, she's the one that's kind of taking care of everything from that money, because she was saying how he was broke. He didn't have a job. But now it's like, oh, well, yeah, he does have a job. He makes six figures. He does take care of us. And it's just like, girl, which one is it? Which one is it? So let me see. Let's get into some more of the comments before I get back to the video. Let me see. Radar said Tasha did have to explain chess to her, because she said, you know what chess is? She was like, no, what's that? Like, Lord Jesus. Like, I understand not knowing the rules. I don't know the actual rules of chess, but I'm familiar with what chess is. Don't ask me to explain it to you, but I can tell you, oh, it's a board game. It's something similar to checkers. It's more strategic. Listen, this is what the smart folks be running around playing. That's just damn too much. Now, I ain't trying to use my brain in my pastime all like that. I'm already a deep thinker, overthinker. Y'all can tell with how I talk. So in my relaxing time, I don't like to do things where I'm just deep in thought. That's not entertainment for me. Like that damn whole Great Escape experience. Child, don't be locking me in no damn room and tell me to damn think hard and try to figure out how the hell to get out of there. I don't get off on thinking very hard as a form of like entertainment like that, because I feel like I already think hard as it is and just go deep just in my normal everyday life. That's just how my brain works. So when I'm not, when I'm in my downtime and want to relax or have fun, like I listen, I don't want to be thinking that, child, give me let me watch something on YouTube. I don't want to be thinking that hard, but God damn it, I know what the hell chess is. Bless Up said the basic bread has to apply is XEX and babysitting. They are so dysfunctional. Listen, she's like, just as long as you hold that thing down, he's just there. He's just physically there. It's not much of a substance. He's just there. He's just there. Beautiful Soul Girl said, I looked up Brett's past address. He did live in the hood in Vegas. Houses falling apart in trailers. I Googled it. Then he moved into Rose's nice apartment in Henderson, Nevada in 2021. Yeah, he said Rose made me move. His words were, she made me move in with her. That's what he said. Beautiful Soul Girl says, I have all their addresses, but I won't post it in the chat. I'm not that messy. Well, that's nice of you, beautiful Soul Girl. Okay, let's get back to the video, the interview.
I come up with thoughts for like the betterment of the family. So,
well, do you know you just described the various statistics that you use to create your lifestyle and your preference, because that's what a lot of Black women's issues are, is that they are the highest educated, they're the highest paid. Black men are not the lowest paid. They're simple, they're not working hard enough, and they desire more, and they don't feel like they want to settle. And so you're having some of the same issues that Black women are having with Black men, because Black women want more, they desire more, whereas men in general are more simple-minded. They're more practical and pragmatic. And like I said, they're that stableness while you move around. When you done moving around, I'm still here and we're still able to move forward. Or if we can't move forward, we definitely not moving backwards, but we still. So some of the things that you just described here that you dislike in Black men, that you dislike based off of your previous experiences with Black men, that you dislike based on statistics that you put out in your videos, you're living that very thing right now by saying we cannot give you the lifestyle that you want.
I think you're so confused with like the whole Black man thing. Respect.
Look, Tasha, we've been looking like this for about 3 weeks. This is our third week of looking like this. See, this when Tasha about to damn lose it. Like, what do you mean we confused? Tasha, I know I said black men ain't shit, and I know 2 weeks ago I said bread ain't shit either. But you confused by believing that bread ain't shit. Like, this woman will literally play in your face if you let her. We ain't bread over here. What you not, we ain't bread and we ain't the damn rosebuds. What you not finna do is play us crazy. This is what you not gonna do on my platform is play me crazy. Like you ain't just called that man broke, and then I just repeated it, and you saying, um, no, you're confused, girl. Beautiful soul said, I blessed from text. I definitely will not. People can just use Google themselves. Yes, child life. Y'all, beautiful soul girl said, if she was able to do it, y'all can do it. So yeah, it's on the internet, it's out there. But yeah, y'all, Tasha wasn't here. Let's see how Tasha handle her with this accusation of her being confused. Get ready.
Respectfully, with me and like the whole black man thing, I don't know where we got this like connotation that like I'm like so this with about black men. My preference is my preference, and it's not about like oh they this that. It's about the way that you can literally have a baby and just leave. You can literally. It's not about oh a black man.
See, she want to pick and choose and cherry. But you said when you cussed your husband out that he wasn't putting in effort like you felt like he should with getting visitation for his child. So it's like these same issues that you have with your baby daddy as it pertains to your two older sons. Your husband has that issue going on with his oldest child, his firstborn, his daughter. So again, the only difference I'm seeing is that because Brett is white, he gets a pass for it because they both men got that in common. Kids that she feel like that they can be doing more for. Like that's the common thing that they have. But she's telling Tasha and us we're confused and we don't understand what she trying to say. No, we heard what the hell you trying to say and you talking crazy.
Is don't have enough money or whatever. Which I yeah, like you need to make some money for sure. But yeah, it's not about
Am I crazy?
it's the deeper stuff with black men, not like that.
Am I crazy? I could have swore you said you got your preference based off of your experiences and statistics on
No,
what black women are going through with black men, and then I repeated the very same thing that you said.
Yes, that's what I said, Tasha. I said off of statistics, deeper than you're not buying me a Range Rover, off of the statistics of you're impregnating women and then you leave them single. Off the statistics of a woman having to force you onto child.
Which is what Brett did, arguably, right? With his first baby mama. He had a child. Remember, Brett told in his story yesterday, my baby mama wanted us to still be in a relationship and raise our child together. And I told her, no, I did not want that because I didn't think his words were, he didn't say nothing bad about it. He was like, I just didn't connect with her. So he was like, I'm not like whatever it was, it wasn't important enough for Brett to make a home for his child because it was better overall for his child. He was like, nah, lady, I'm not connecting with you like that. You're not serving me right, whatever. She wasn't giving what he wanted her to give. And he was like, nah, so I don't want to live with you. I would just want to be. So Brett wasn't certainly a man who had the mindset of, I'm going to try to make this work for the betterment of our daughter, to be like, no, he did what we see a black man do is this ain't working. So I'm about to dead this relationship. And then co-parenting just going to be on a separate type of conversation. Brett did the same thing, y'all. He said it. He said it yesterday. He was real like shit. He was putting them damn chairs together. Brett was just talking, and he ain't had no alcohol. You couldn't even blame it on the alcohol. He didn't have no Jack Daniels. He was just talking, sitting in that living room on them hardwood floors in that chair or that stool, working on putting them doggone chairs together to that dinette set. And he was talking, having a moment with the Rosebud and spilling his heart out. And people thought he'd never looked so relaxed. Really, y'all, he was eating it up. He never had that time like that to just be in the camera like that. And he just was feeling like really comfortable just talking. It was like it was therapeutic for him. He didn't have nobody coming in, interrupting him, trying to distract him, rub all on him. Like he was just having a real moment. She don't even know what the hell he said. I wonder if she, while she was gone, because I think she ended up taking his phone, did she tune in to listen to see what he was talking about? Because he was having some real moments. So Brad is arguably no different than Adonis, because she did say like he don't pay. I think I heard them say he ain't paying child support. He's not on anybody's child support like in the system. So he don't have connection with them. What they said was that they take money and put it to, this is what they say, there's money in an account that they just set to the side for her for that day where they're able to give her money. But there's nothing, no child support order in place or nothing where he's actively like paying money to the mom to go towards the raising of their child. That's not taking place. So Rose is full of it. Rose is full of it. Let me get into some of these comments before we get back to the video. Karen Jones says she's describing the qualifications for her next husband. Blessed Up said, why Brett makes statements stating Rose made him move in with her, but he didn't move in with the mother of his children when she wanted him to. It's not adding up. He said he did live with that woman, but he didn't like it. So he said he opted to pay for the woman and the baby to have a separate place than him. And she didn't want that. The mother of his child was like, no, I want us to be underneath one roof. She wanted, like Rose is saying, how she want her family. That Indian woman wanted her family. And Brett said, no, I don't want that. Period. So he didn't do it. So Brett has the ability to not damn do what the hell he don't want to do, because it wasn't nothing about it, that situation that he found worthy to try to make it work with that woman and live with her, because that woman wanted to still be together. And he was like, no, he was like, his words was, I wasn't connecting with her. I mean, I don't know, whatever she was given, it wasn't enough. He wasn't connecting with her, and he couldn't even try to make it work. It sounded like he just wasn't even attracted to the woman. Maybe when she first got pregnant, it started out from like a one night stand situation. They was drunk, but then it kind of morphed into something else. But then when his ass got sober, he was like, what the hell I'm doing? I don't like this woman like that. But he outright said, he was like, just wasn't connecting. He didn't say nothing negative about the woman. He was like, I just wasn't connecting with her. Yeah. Cooking with Kiki said, no, Rose is crazy, girl. We ain't arguing that point over here. Blessed Up said Rose was a stripper, and that's what he went for. The mother of his daughter, his Brett's daughter, obviously have way more class, because no good guy will fall for no good woman. They belong together. Yes, that's what I'm like. That other woman, she was Indian. She lived on. It seemed like she had a different type of values, and it just wasn't doing it for him. It was just like, you cool and all, but I guess he just wasn't, it just seemed like there just wasn't that spark, there. And she wanted her family to work. And he said, no, that's what Brett said. Blessed Up said, I bet they have no money set aside for that baby. Rose is too selfish to having for anyone, let alone a child she doesn't claim, right? So I don't believe it either after all of this. Back then, when I heard them tell that story, this was when I was going off of the narrative that they were putting on as far as their relationship. So this was like well before the blow up and all of that, when most of us were like, okay, whatever. Some of us probably saw through certain things to a certain point, but not on the level of what we're seeing it now, where we actually have proof, because she said it, that she just that he wasn't worth knocking over the head technically. So we got the proof now. But back when she was telling this story about the money being set aside, like, and as they were just telling the story, I was like, okay, shit, I was believing, like, okay, wow, this is unfortunate. I was going for it just like the damn rosebuds. But the difference is I woke the hell up and started using discernment and common sense. Like, you can't be blind, crippled, and crazy forever. But some people will certainly try. Let's get back to the interview.
I'll support those statistics.
I just did an interview with a white man right now that make Nick Cannon's sperm look like water. He pays a total for 12 kids $122 a month. He tells his baby mamas, all 11 of them make it enough. He's a white man. He's a white man from Iowa.
Yeah,
what I'm trying to tell you is, because you sat up here and you listen, I'm only going off of what you put out there. I'm not making anything up out of thin air. I am not gaslighting you. I am not trying to trap you. I'm asking you questions based off of content that you've made, based off of rage baiting content that you've created. And then you turn around and try to say, this is not what you said. I'm making this up. I'm like, no, your argument based off of what Black women are complaining about.
Yeah, no, I didn't say you're making. I didn't say you're making anything up. I said you're confused on how
I'm not confused. I'm not confused
on how I feel about things. Is where the confusion is. So it still remains. I think I'm still saying what I'm saying, and you're still saying what you're saying, but we're just not understanding one another.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, I don't want to keep you too much longer from your baby, right? And we agreed on an hour. Is there anything that you would like to address, and I won't interrupt you or anything like that? And say what you got to say, and then we can close the interview.
I appreciate that. When I came to you, I told you, I appreciate your video because you can have your opinion. I'm not against people having their opinions, but I don't think it was like overly disrespectful. You said what you said, and that was it. As far as me hating Black men, I come from a Black man that has 16 children, and while he was not a good partner to his partners, he took care of every single one of his kids. He's a great father. I love my daddy to life. Like, I love him a lot. So I never hated Black men. I advocate for women to expand, not close their options. Because I hear so many women, like, I would never date a white man, or I don't just try to advocate for women to date white men. Now, as far as the argument,
she conveniently left off that her daddy was knocking her mama upside the head when she was pregnant with her, but she worshiped the ground her daddy walk on, and her mama, she just can go to hell with the energy that the Rose give to her mom. So it seemed like the only Black man Rose out here loving on is her daddy. Her daddy. Yeah.
Was emotional. I did too much. I apologize.
Don't apologize to us.
No, that's what I'm saying. Sort of to not y'all, but my supporters, because it was not for them, and it wasn't supposed to reach them. It was supposed to reach the trolls, and it was supposed to piss off my husband, who was annoying me at the time. Was it a right way to respond? Absolutely not. Do we learn and we grow? Absolutely. What else? What else is do they got anything to say?
You want to take some callers? It's up to you. I know you got to get to your baby. We don't normally do it, but if you want to, we can. It's up to you.
Yeah, he isn't there. But let me see. I'll try to touch on everything that they were saying and all the questions. Oh, and I still stand. I do want to say that. Like, I've seen a lot of, she was out here telling us to do this. And meanwhile, no, my husband is still that guy. He's always been that guy. He's going to be that guy. And that's just how I feel. So he
stands that guy.
Yeah, he stands 10 toes down for his family. Now, do I think that other Black family and Black love exists? Absolutely. Not enough, though. That's the problem. So if you're offended by it, just do better. And I'm happy for you and your Black.
Rose said, Black men, y'all need to do better. Black women, y'all need to pick better, because what I got over here is the cream of the crop. My zaddy is it. He is the man. And that's on period. I don't give a damn what you say. Tasha K. Winos.
Relationship of 18 years. It's beautiful. We need more relationships like that. We don't have enough at all whatsoever. All of our community and our songs, fuck you nigga, fuck you bitch, that's the problem. It contributes to the problem. So my whole thing in my content was not to what the
I
whole
mean,
like
Eminem,
super.
Eminem cussed out his baby mama. She was white. He called her a bitch and
No, no, no.
cracked a
We
bitch
gotta
and
understand.
everything.
We have to understand. There's
Okay.
absolutely deadbeat white people. Of
Yeah,
course.
absolutely. Okay.
Of
Okay.
course.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Okay.
Just like there's absolutely amazing black and white married couples. Of course.
Mhm.
I speak on things as a whole, like the numbers, Tasha. And I believe deep down, I believe that you know this. Like, whether you agree with me personally, that's one thing, but I believe that you know that there is a disparity in the marriage rates amongst black women for a reason. And I believe that you know that as a whole, black men can do better at taking care of our families.
And so can black women, because there are toxic black mothers out here that are just as equally as bad as black men. I'm
Of
just
course,
very
yeah.
pragmatic across the board, and
Yeah.
I don't, if I'm going to call out a problem, like I do it amongst light skinned women, right? Light skinned women have a privilege, right? And when I see them settle, I challenge them on making better decisions. Like, you do not have to be this pretty girl privilege, doesn't have to be your downfall. You understand what I'm saying? And so I always try to find a way to praise them while not beating them down, right? By letting them know their value. But when you have someone online who makes content directed at pissing off black men by parading your relationship as better, and if more black women just stepped outside of the box to date, they would find better. And it's not the case, because a lot of black women have issues that they're carrying from black men or from their fathers who have multiple children. And there's no way you can sit here and tell me your daddy was all the way there for you with 16 damn children. There's just no way.
My daddy
Okay?
handled his. He wasn't, he
Right.
did.
So
He was
you have issues that you come with, and so do black men. So just like you have issues that you still have not dealt with, so do black men. But for you to expect to say, hey, you need to get your shit together or I'm going over here, that's another way for you to run from your own issues too, because it took two to create those kids.
It's not about you have issues on going over here. Like I said in the beginning
Yeah,
of
that's
this
what you
shit.
did.
No, no,
You
no.
literally
No,
left the black community based on statistics and your
no,
own
no, no,
issues
no. I
and brought that
actually left the
bullshit
black
into an
community.
interracial relationship, and you cussing him out the same way you cussed out your black baby daddy.
I
Just
love that.
because
I
he's in
love
a
that.
white
We're trying.
male.
Like I said, Adonis wasn't getting no different version of the rose. What they always say, the going thing, what Cynthia used to say, you got the same black man. Well, you got the same black woman, but you all please take a break to like the video if you can. I have 35 likes, 64 people watching. So if you can like the video, mods, if you can kind of watch that to see how our likes are going, that helps with the algorithm to circulate it, to keep me out there so people can see the content, to build the platform. I thank you all. I welcome you all, those who are returning, those who are new to my channel. We just reached a new goal of 1,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. The channel has just qualified to be monetized. I'm eligible for super chats and all that jazz, anything associated with that. So I thank each and every one of you. So please, share your comments. I like to see your comments, and we talk about them as we get through the content that we are reviewing. So let's get back to the video.
I love that we're trying to make one argument the staple of a relationship. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. That's
No,
not
these are your
People
views.
can believe or feel how they want to feel about that. But did I run from black men because of whatever? No, I found my husband. Like I
You
said,
would you would be with a you would probably prefer to be with a black man, and that's why you're angry. And I find that
I would
amongst
not. I don't
black
desire it.
men. Yeah,
I don't desire it.
but you don't
My
desire it
options
based
are
off.
open,
So
Tasha.
you're
I'm
you're
29.
dating white men by default. because of
29.
how black men have treated you.
I'm 29. I'm not ugly. I don't have
I
a
am not
problem.
saying nothing about you being ugly. I'm
Right,
saying
right.
that
I know
when
you're
I
not.
see a
So
black
I'm saying
man,
I'm 29. I'm not ugly. My options are available. Like I'm not
but
dating
I'm gonna
a
be
black.
honest with you, you may not be ugly, but your attitude and how you gave your husband that business to the world is very ugly. So you can be
Absolutely, of
beautiful,
course, an
and there
argument.
are a
We all get
lot of
very ugly
beautiful.
with arguments.
Listen, there are a lot of beautiful black women that are 1,000. Fuck a 10, they're 1,000. But they ugly and tainted on the inside based off of them not dealing with their own experiences. Black women have a problem thinking that men are supposed to save them. You save yourself. Once you save yourself, you will attract men from all races, just as I do. I could go into Africa, I could go into America, I could go into Asia and attract any type of man. But for me to isolate my feelings towards one race and I'm raising a black son.
It's so interesting that you think
no
that, though, when I
different than a
literally
black
just
man.
told you, I literally just told you that my idea is to have women expand their horizons. I was never looking for a white male when I found him. I was actually with a Filipino
But
guy.
you said you
Actually,
found
at the
him.
exact time.
But you found him. He didn't find you. He
I was
found
with
you.
the
You found him.
Filipino time at the exact a Filipino man at the exact time that I got with my husband, and a black man before that. So I wasn't looking for white men only. I got with one, and now it is my preference. It wasn't before when I found him. Now it is my preference. So it's just preference. Like I don't feel like it's like, oh, you're like stop dating completely. No, it's just my preference, and that's like
I just think.
Is your preference black men?
My preference are all men.
Oh, okay, mine too. And
yeah,
so I love that for you, and that's what I'm
but
trying
here's the
to
thing,
have
I
for
don't
the
need
women
to
too.
put down a
Rose had just said her preference is white men. Tasha, what's your preference? My preference is all men. Mine's too, girl. Rose is a true chameleon. Lord Jesus. Mine's too. Girl, you just said your preference was Brett. White men. Meso said, I'm trying to figure out when morals come in with Rose. If memory serves me right, you were a stripper that used men for money. That means you're not doing better. You're taking your sex. Works, your sex works to the internet. Cooking with Kiki says, speak, Tasha. Tasha's speaking on it now. Blessed Up says, somewhere on this live, Rosa is about to have a panic attack once she found out Tasha K was able to read the comments, but not her. She wants to control everything, but wasn't able to at that moment. Yes, I picked it up. I've been saying Rose struggles with, she has to be in control. Like she feels out of balance when she's not in control, and when she feels out of balance, then you feel her wrath, and yeah, it's not good, it's not cute. Meso said, I don't think people are looking for Rose downfall. I think that she is loving the fast money, but the fast money leaves just as fast. Exactly. Like she want the attention, she want the money, but at the same time, she don't want you to really drag her. It's like, we're focused on the good. Why we got to spend so much time on the negative? So again, back to the control. She wants to control the narrative. She wants to control how people respond to the things that she do. And that's not how life works. At the end of the day, you can only control yourself. You can't control how people respond to you. You control your actions and behaviors, and that can make a difference on how people respond to you. But ultimately, you can't control people. You can only control yourself. And unfortunately, at 29, almost 30, Rose still hasn't figured that part out in life. It's unfortunate because she up there in age and she really needs to figure that out. So let's get back to the video because Tasha is going in and we're nearing the end. We got like another 20 minutes of this video, but child, let's get into it.
Black man to put up one. You literally put down black men to put up your white husband, and then you still cuss him out because your attitude, I'm gonna be honest with you, is the reason why a lot of black men don't want to be fucked up with us, right? You're giving that same attitude that black men complain about to a white man, and you're saying, oh, because he takes it, because he's more meek than a black man, because he appears stronger than a black man, then he must be better than a black man. It's no different than a black man that lays down with black people and says that, oh, black women are in.
Not for
But
my manhood race. My manhood is better than any race because he's my husband. But honestly, what I want to say to you is,
go ahead.
what I want to say to you is, this isn't about when did I bash? When did I bash?
You bashing your videos all the time. I look at your comments. I look at your comments.
Where's the example of me?
I can pull.
Go ahead.
Girl, do you want me to pull it? Would you like to see the receipt of you raising your white husband to piss off black men because black men did you wrong?
Black men are pissed off, Tasha. They need to do better. If they're pissed off,
what about pissing black men and black men and black women?
My videos are not about pissing off black men at all. I would like to see. I'm calm. But I would like to see a video where I was actually talk down shit on black men.
Black fathers need to do black men better. I don't ever saying white men need to do better. White men need to be better fathers. I don't ever saying that. And your title is black men bad fathers. Black men bad husbands. Black men is not saying that about white men. And you only have one experience with one farmer white man who has a fetish for black women.
How do you figure
he has a fetish for black women?
He has a fetish? Why would you say that? How do you figure that?
Fetish for white men based off of your experiences. You're no different than a black man who parades Blasian women or Persian women or white women and say, oh, the reason I'm with you is because a black woman doesn't do this, when they in reality would prefer to be with a black woman, but we're not seeing eye to eye because we have these made up facades of what we think relationships are. When you're in an ideal relationship, that would eventually be the same if you were in it with a black man. A black man would be very regular. He may make six figures. He may not be an entrepreneur. He may not be on the go-go all the time like that, but because he's black, he's expected to do more than what a farmer from Iowa is doing, and he's white, but you give him a pass because he's white, but if he was a black man,
oh yeah, that white man get all the passes. Beautiful Soul Girl said Adonis and Rose were never married. I wish she would be honest. That too is easy to look up. I was saying that on the live yesterday because I was listening. I might be from Tosh Mob and some of her content where she played interviews from Adonis' wife. I think her name is Champagne. But she said Rose and Adonis were common law. So that was my first time hearing that, because sometimes Rose says ex-husband and sometimes she say baby daddy. But it made sense to me. But yes, Adonis' wife says that Rose and Adonis, they were just common law. So thanks for adding that, beautiful Soul Girl. Radar said all men. Tamara Bird says, see, Rose has a nasty attitude. Yeah. But remember, Rose say it's everybody else that got it twisted, that's against her, that's misunderstanding. We are the delusional ones. Let Rose tell it. We are the delusional ones. Welcome. Blessed Up said, I agree, May. So Rose is up to no good. For instance, when she put that wig on, she started acting like a new Jezebel. I can imagine it be 10 times worse when her boobs get done. I said it's going to be up. Once she get that surgery, it's going to be hell in that house. I tell you, she finna turn into Tulip. She ain't be Rose no more. She going to be Tulip. She finna take on a whole new persona. And she talked about once she turned 30, she's like, I'm just going to be a whole new person. Like, she's putting that out there. So y'all, like, get ready. Get ready. She was like, she's finna be just something else at 30. Radar says ugly is as ugly does. Karen Jones says ugly on the inside. Cooking with Kiki said, I bet she wouldn't disrespect a black man like that. Brett is too soft-hearted. No, if there's a black man in this chat, please stand up and say if whether or not this would even fly by you. It wouldn't. Hence why her and Adonis ain't together, because it clearly wasn't flying by him because he's the one who left her. She didn't leave him. Radar, that's Tasha got the gloves off now. Oh my God. Stacy says, still late and been watching for waiting. Let's see, still late and been watching for the live all day. When do you come on, Stacy? This came on I started this at 6:30, so I scheduled it today around 3:30 because I wasn't quite sure with my timing, the exact time. So I scheduled it like 3:30. I mean, on Eastern time. and it started at 6:30. It is echoing. Meso said it's echoing. Okay. What is the echo? Okay, let me try to adjust that when we start back up. Tamara Bird, I believe everything that her mother said about her. Beautiful Soulful said, Brett doesn't have a fetish. His parents were other races. My husband is the same. He didn't have a racial preference. Delta Blue says, something is seriously mental with Rose. It is sad. Let's get back to this interview. Let me try to adjust our sound so it won't echo. Hopefully he'll be better.
My husband is there for his family. Like I said, he makes 6 figures. But what I would like to know is, respectfully, what would make you don't even know him from a can of paint? What would make you
I know what you put out about him, girl, and nobody's
what would make you automatically assume that he has a fetish?
Most white men do. Okay. That's why they intentionally divided the races, because our women to them looked more desirable than their women.
So that's the thing.
Us and let us be biracial kids.
That's the thing.
They
when black people see an interracial couple, they automatically.
It did the same shit black men are doing now. They did it to the slaves. They was fucking the slave women, left them with babies they didn't claim, didn't leave them no damn land or nothing like that, didn't leave them no assets, and left bastard babies too. And how dare you get up on a platform and say black men need to do better when they learned a book from a white man, the very cracker you sleeping with right now. Bye, Rose.
Tasha.
Got to go. They making me in the line. My PR said I gotta go. Go.
I was about to say, why are you yelling, girl? Ooh, you mad? It's spicy. Anyways, Charlotte.
Tasha done lost her cool and walked off her own set. Now that's a first. I ain't never in all my days seen her do that or somebody else do that on their own set. It's almost like you done got pissed off, and instead of putting the person out your house, you'd have left your own damn house, and then you come back and say, "The hell, I'm leaving before you get the hell out." But Tasha just got triggered. Yes, I think Tasha could have kept her cool. It wasn't professional, but Rose be playing games, and she just tries to play on your intelligence, and Tasha just wasn't for it. She was like, it had already we're at an hour and a half mark on this interview, and Tasha was like, enough is enough, child. So let's get back to Rose sitting here by her damn self during the interview.
Let me get my baby, because this spicy.
Child, y'all think she gonna get a CarMax deal? It's her still sitting there for me and not getting off. Ain't no damn way if I'm doing an interview with somebody and they done walked off and damn left me, I'm gonna be sitting there. As they walking off, I'm hitting the X2, her ass sitting there, glossing her lips with CarMax. You can't make this ish up. Y'all, this is real life ish. Please like, share, and subscribe. Because we ain't we ain't making stuff up over here. Like, this is what it is. Like, this is real. This is what transpired 2 days ago.
Spicy. Ooh. Spicy. Why are we angry? White cracker. Boy, white cracker where? White cracker where? White cracker where? Tasha, come back. We was talking.
Not Tasha, come back. Ain't no damn way. How many of y'all would still be there yelling for the person? Come back, Tasha, come back. After they done this is equivalent to somebody hanging up the damn phone on you. Do you still sit and hear the ring, the tone, what is the dial tone on the phone? Like, this is the equivalent. The lady literally walked off and she yelling, come back.
What happened?
told me I needed to cut it. I have a PR team. I just, yeah, I got a little trigger. Yeah, I got a little trigger because that's what you do, Rose. Queen.
No, for real, Queen.
Queen, I got a black son. Queen, I got a black daddy.
Me too. I'm about to go get my black son.
We're both raising black men, but for you to blame them for a system that white men created. Do you know how many mulatto women that I have in my family that were born from white men who never claimed them? And you're saying black men need to do better, but it was white men that wrote the book? You're passing off your own internal issues off to this to somebody else. No, baby, the problem is with us.
I feel you, Tasha, but it's just preference. It's not like you're making it. It's not like, I hate black men. It's not that. I'm sorry that your comment, you don't, like you said, you don't watch my videos, every single one. So I think that you know what you heard. Just like when I got on here.
It's not what I heard. It's not what I heard, Rose. It's not what I heard.
I think so, Tasha.
I mean, your titles are very, black men need to do better. Black men are this. Black men are this.
I've never titled anything.
But who wrote the statistics? It's white men. Who wrote the statistics? This is not about being prejudiced. Like I said, I've dated every man from every race. I dated a Korean man, a Latina man, a white man, but I never dated them because I didn't find black men to be worthy. I dated them because I connected with them. But
that's what I'm telling you. When I found my husband, I wasn't just looking for a white man. That's what I'm telling you.
You didn't find your husband. He found you. You didn't find your husband. He found you.
Okay, Queen. Well, when my husband and I found one another, I was not looking for what I've said that multiple times within this interview. I happened to get with him, and now at this very moment, after being with him, it is my personal preference. After being with him now, and seeing and witnessing other people and what they go through, and it's my preference at this moment. After being with him, okay, so I was not only looking for white men when I got with my husband. Okay.
Fair enough. But I did sit here and listen to you for an hour. And I did sit here and listen to you gaslight. Try to, I guess, allude to me kind of making up things or misinterpreting things. I'm like, no, that's not, I'm literally doing it. My opinions come based off of the content that you make. I literally saw a video from a month ago when you're saying black men need to do this, they need to do better, and you got a white man sitting beside you. And I'm like, what? You don't think that what if you're trying to put out this family dynamic, you're a part of the problem. You're being divisive as well. Why can't it be, my baby daddy wasn't shit? But
what's interesting, the way that you are just like so many other black women that go so hard for black men that don't ever go this hard for them. But what I'm going to do is, I really do appreciate you having me on your space and giving me this opportunity to talk and say how I feel. But I am going to send you a couple clips of 3 different black men I did a live with. One is a black man. He's married to a black woman. They've been married for 20 years. Another one is a black man. Like, these are not black men with white women, and like, these are real, true, authentic black men. And I did a live, and I appreciate them so much because they were so real. They said, honestly, what you're saying, I could be mad, but what you're saying is real. Like, in our community, there is a disparity. And if we don't
Delta Blue said this young woman is headed to hospitalization. She'll be doing lives from her hospital bed. It's a lot. She's sitting there trying to rationalize it to Tasha. Tasha's like, girl, I cannot. No matter how Rose try to slice it and dice it, Tasha is not here for it. Tasha is just annoyed and frustrated, and I think it's rooted in the whole black man I think the appreciation for black men. Now, I've heard some argue that with Tasha, it's not about the appreciation for black men, it's appreciation for African men, because she's married to an African man. And I've heard her say she's always been attracted to African men. But I'd never heard her down or, talk about any other man. She just like, she always just had this thing for African men. Um, but you don't hear Tasha just bashing just black men. I've never heard her just going in on black men. So Tasha also, she's raising a black son, just as Rose is, just as I am. So I can't imagine hating on black men as a collective, as a group, even though the stats are the stats. But still, I'm raising black men. So therefore, I'm trying to raise something to turn out differently than what those negative stats show. So if I have this hatred for black men, that would naturally show up in the energy that I put into raising my black children. That's kind of how it goes. Because if I already look at the group black men as a whole negatively, the way I'm looking at my husband's going to be in a negative way. The way I'm looking at the children that were created in his likeness is going to be in a negative way, because I already have this notion that black men ain't ish. So yes, I'm raising these black men, but they gonna grow up to not be ish, because black men ain't ish. So it's a mentality. It still starts in the mind. So with Rose, she tries to say she don't lump all black men together, but as Tasha K says, the type of content that she puts out there, she does lump them together to try to put the black man against the white man by trying to put Brett out there as though he's doing something different or better than the white man. But the gag is when she cussed him out, she let it be known that he's not. And that's what Rose is on this campaign of trying to undo what we saw and what we heard, and it's not possible. And that doesn't sit well with her. So she's trying to do all that she can to do damage control and redirect, and to try to tell you you didn't see what you seen, you didn't hear what you heard. She's trying to play you. She's trying to play in our face. And Tasha's like, bitch, I'm not here for that. What you're not going to do is play in my face. You're not going to do that. And I'm going to let you know that you're not going to do that. I'm going to leave you sitting and talking to your damn self. And that's what she did. She left that woman there, talked about her damn self as she sat there and put that damn Carmax on her lips. Radar said, white cracker savior. Karen Jones says, fetish triggered her. Nisi said, who stays on there when somebody walks off is so desperate? Girl, I cannot. I don't know how she did that one, but we got like 10 more minutes left. Let's try to get through this interview.
Don't
please also like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Sorry, my mind. If we
Your baby
don't,
car. Yeah. I hear
no,
you,
that's
baby.
not my baby. That's not my baby. That's a different baby.
Okay.
But if we don't admit it, then we can't, like fix it. And so I'm gonna send that to you just for you, so maybe that you can see what I'm saying. But I think that maybe we can agree to disagree. But Tasha, just between you and I don't hate black men. This is not what that is. I don't believe that I bash black men in my content. Maybe you should look at it like you said, you don't really look at it. Maybe you should look at it a little bit deeper, because I don't think that I do that. I bring out statistics and facts and numbers and disparities. But like you, I appreciate how you protect, our brothers. I appreciate that.
No,
But
it's not
the
our
problem with that is
don't
they
do that.
never
See,
protected us.
Don't
in
do
that
that.
way.
Our brothers. Don't do that. It's our community.
Right. It's our community. Rose and her children are a part of our community. Rose is a part of that representation. That's why we come out here and we talk about it, because it's not a good look for our community. So as she get on here and talk about these stats and what's negative, she's not showing up in a positive light either. So like, sis, what are you doing? Where they say, be that example of what you want to show up to you, to show up in the world. So you got to be that light, be that positivity, be that good example. So therefore people can respond to you and give off that same energy. And Rose don't get it. Stacey said, hope we can touch on Raiden being put on timeout by both of them yelling at the baby, but Race makes a big mess and get rewarded. Yes, I am in my feelings, and that means I am getting too invested. Yeah, I noticed I've talked about it over here. there's a different kind of energy that Rose gives towards the oldest kids in comparison to race. I've taken notice of it. It's very sad and it's disheartening. And that's why I be on her over here with calling out her shenanigans, because the babies, they can't really speak up like that to protect themselves. So over here, we call that ish out, just like other content creators do. It's wrong. You see it different. You see her love on race, tell him how handsome he is, gloat when some white man told her that race hair looks like his dog's hair. Like, she really got a kick out of that and just took that as a whole compliment from that white man or whoever the hell he was that told her that, because I know they wasn't black, because we ain't saying no damn stupid ish like that. And she just smiled. It's so obvious to us over here. And what we're not going to do is play crazy and act like we don't see it.
I appreciate that. But
Because
they never, the way that Black women are so loyal.
But
so
Queen,
loyal to their own cause.
we're both raising the community, the next generation, right? You got 4 kids, I got 2. It's a Black man and a Black woman. Our actions, based off of us being able to teach them what the truth is, that this whole divide between our families came from white men.
Mm-hmm.
Even white women hated the way white men were divisive and fought to help get civil rights for everybody. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is, no, yes, we have to take control of it, but it has to start in the home. And you making videos saying Black man this, Black man that, I have never seen you title a video, white men need to do better. White men need to be better fathers. Korean fathers. No, it's only Black men. So for you,
Beautiful Soul Girl said, Tasha ain't dating no darn Korean or white man. Girl, stop lying. I didn't heard Tasha tell a lot of stories, but I had never heard her talk about dating a Korean, any form of Asian, or a white man. And the way she called them crack ass, she stayed calling them crackers. So was she calling the man she was dating a cracker? So I think I'm with you on that one. I think I am with you on that one. Sharon said, go, Tasha, go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have you all hit the like button lately? Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all.
You to say that you don't have a problem, but your content directly goes against that, that's crazy.
Yeah, I do talk about the disparity in the Black community with me being a Black woman, and like I said, not enough of our women are married or have opportunity to do nice things because of the Black man and our loyalty to Black men. However, I think maybe you should look at my content a little bit deeper, because I talk a lot about racism. I talk a lot about racism within the white community. I talk about real life and the real life that we experience. I talk about my sons being called niggers by white people all the time. I talk about this all the time. Okay. So it's so funny that you're thinking that I'm this way.
Why not title the video that way? Why not title the video that way then?
My love, I typed the video meeting a Karen in Hawaii, and all the white women were mad at me. Like, I did. You gotta look into it a little deeper. I talk about
women are mad at you because you're dating a white man
as an interracial couple. I talk about all of these things. I talk a lot about just real life. So I talk about racism. I don't within their community, it's racism and a lot of evil shit. Within our community, it's not doing right by our families. That's just how I feel. But like you did say, I really do gotta get my baby. But I know
you gotta get your baby.
Child, Rose pushed that race bait stuff. How she would come up in my recommendations with her shorts, it was race baits, type stuff. And it was more so in the light of showing the superiority of her white man and the benefit and the perks of being with a white man. I have never seen any shorts where it was in the reverse, where her pushing that, how white people have just been negative and hated on her or her children. So these examples she's given, she might have briefly kind of touched on it in her long lives that you got to watch to see that, but it's not going to be kind of, more often than not in her titles. Like, you're not going to know unless you're watching that. But those shorts that are just that shorts to kind of get in your face, she's pushing this white man is everything. My white man is better than whatever man you got, your Black man, like my white man is the ish. 410 Wakanda says, she said Brett has better morals than all black men she dated, but Brett literally watched the door while she sold herself. Brett said that. He said she would go upstairs, he sit in the car, wait on her to do what the hell she do. She come downstairs, and they drive off into the sunset. Like, listen, when Brett got pissed off when she was cussing him out, that was what he was, his little 2 cents with him trying to get his lick in the background. That's what he was saying. She was trying to overtalk him, but I heard that part. He said, I ain't never respected you. That's what he said. So that's a hell of a man with great morals for him to tell his wife. His words was, I ain't never respected you. And then he went on to talk about what he would do as far as with giving her a ride to the men's house. Child, can you imagine the man you lay down with telling you that they ain't never respected you? How do you even get to the point of saying I do with those type of sentiments about your partner? It's not that he's saying after we got married, I lost respect because this, that, and the third happened. That fool said, I ain't never respected you. And he proceeded to give examples of what popped off before he made her his wife. Make it make sense. That's why I have no sympathy for that man, because he damn just as short but slow as she is, and they are truly a match made in heaven, and all we can do is hope and pray for the best when it comes to those beautiful baby boys.
I apologize for being triggered, okay?
Thank you,
But you have
Queen.
to understand, like, I'm a black woman. I have a platform. I have to protect us all, especially sometimes from ourselves. And I just cannot sit up here and allow, a message that's just meant to be divided come across my platform like it's the right message, and it's not. And there are bad people in every race. There are bad men in every race. There are bad women in every race. And just like how black men as black fathers need to be better, we can be better black mothers too. Because I was too raised by some toxic black mothers. And you know what we're doing? We're blaming it all on the black man, because the black man they need to fight harder. They need to do this. They need to do that. But we're running over here thinking that's just going to solve the problem. And I'm seeing you get online to discuss and cuss your husband out the very same way that you would cuss a black man out. And he makes the same amount of money that a black man would make.
Sorry, but six figure, not a lot of the society makes that. That's
not. Blessed Up said, Adonis, get your sons. This demonic soul hates them. It shows on camera, even when she tries to cover it up. The way she hurt her son while doing his hair was out of pure evil hate. Like, she didn't even care about, I saw that. I don't know if any of you all saw, in the video was titled, cutting my black son's hair. So she did that video coming off of her interview with Tasha K. So I think it was that same night, because she had, the same clothes on. It was that night. And it's just like, okay, I think it was just her trying to be funny and put in her title of her acknowledging that she has black sons. And yes, the little boy, the oldest one, he has kinky hair. He was in tears as she was trying to comb his hair. She wasn't trying to put any moisturizer on it, put any water, anything to soften it up, because anyone knows when you're dealing with Afro textured hair, kinky hair, type 4 hair, whether it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever, you need some type of moisture. You can't just go in it just dry. It's going to hurt. It's going to break. It's going to do all of that. And the way she was handling his hair, it was like it's like she knows better, but at the same time, she didn't care, because it's just like she just didn't appreciate his hair. But good and damn well she wouldn't be handling the 2 children that she had with Brett like that. She wouldn't be handling them like that. But she just didn't care. It's sad, but I mean, she just didn't care.
True. Six figures is really $50 grand a day.
In 2024, I agree, and that's why I have to pick up.
Okay, all right, cool.
My type of lifestyle, but he makes about 3% of what the.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, listen, I know people that own car washes and fellas that make more than that. I'm just saying.
I love that.
I'm just saying, if it's about money, then say it's about money. You want a comfortable life, but it doesn't matter. You can have a comfortable life without a man.
It's about everything as a whole.
It's all good. But listen, we can agree to disagree. I apologize if I disrespected you. That's not what I meant to do. I was
apologize if I disrespected you in any way, shape, or form
I don't
on
think
your
you disrespected
platform
me. I don't
that
think
you
you
gave me a
disrespected me.
voice on, and I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
I don't
Okay.
think you disrespected me at all. So I can't even sit here and say that. But I can't definitely say if we want to bring you back, okay? And so we're gonna let you get to your kids. Guys, please follow Rose Miller everywhere. Her show is titled Queen of Kings. She does a
Tasha,
variety.
that's some real shit, girl. Thank you.
Why would I not? Why would I
I guess
not?
it got a little heated, you
Yeah,
know?
go ahead.
Tasha, I
Listen,
apologize if you think, and black men, I apologize if you think that I'll do better at making sure that I'm more careful with my titles. But I never did hate you guys, and I don't want to put that out there at all whatsoever.
okay. And you are beautiful. You are a strong person. You have 4 beautiful children. You have a great family, but protect your family and keep your man off the internet. I tell everybody that all the time, okay? Because you got to have something for yourself. And if that family means a lot to you, then protect it and have him protected. Listen to him. But guys, please follow Queen of Kings everywhere. You can find her on Instagram, on Rose Miller, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Thank you again for coming on and answering some tough questions and just being a good sport.
Thank you,
All
Tasha.
right, cheers.
Bye.
Now we gotta go. Bye.
Child, we made it. We made it. Day 2, we made it. Stacy said, "You don't say stupid things like my ex-boys and my ex-boys, and then me and my family," referring to Brett and the kids. I didn't like that when I heard her say that, Stacy. How you make such a dumb statement. Then on last night, you run poor Raiden away, broke my heart. She just does that. Like some things you just don't do or you don't say. And it's just because it's in her heart. She views the kids differently. She just have a different type of feelings pertaining to the first set of boys, as she say, versus the second set. It's sad, but it is what it is. Beautiful Soul Girl said, "I call her racist Rose because she doesn't shut up complaining about both races." She stayed talking about race. You don't ever really hear Brett talk about race, but Rose, that's all she ever talk about. Even when she met up with the Hawaiian girl, that's all she wanted to talk about. Tamara Burr says, "Love your commentary, just subscribes." Thank you, Tamara. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Manipulation, yes, at the highest level. Nah, Nisi said the devil is a lie. Yes, the devil is a lie. Meso said, "But do you think also this was a business opportunity for both of them?" Of course. Of course, because you see Rose little energy kind of like she perked up when Tasha get loud, gave her channel the shout out. She wasn't expecting that. And then once Tasha did that, then she started pandering to the black man. Y'all, I love y'all black man. Did y'all catch that? The black man was everything once Tasha shouted out her channel. Aso said that same stage when Tasha walked away, however, maybe she played on Rose. I don't know. I think she was heated, but I don't know. Thank you for welcoming the new family members, blessed from Texas. I appreciate that. 410 Wakanda said, Brett probably encouraged Rose to go bald so she can be more like his real fetish. When she cut her hair, she claimed, she was like, "I don't know if he not going to come back. I cut my hair. He like women with long hair." That's what she was saying as she was crying, talking to the camera about not thinking her man was coming back. Next day he came back and she was back on my man, my man, my man. So, child, who knows with Rose? Red 37 said those 2 black boys are in danger. We'll be keeping an eye on them as best as we can as we, pay attention to them. If we see foolishness, we would definitely continue to call it out. We own your ish, Rose. Beautiful Soul Girl said Rose is insecure. When her mom was on live, she was obsessed with her mom hair. I caught that. Rose has featureism and colorism issues. I think it comes from her mom and dad. I agree. She talked about, her mom distinguishing the difference with how she looked in comparison to her siblings, and how her mom said she had the phenotype, the features of her father. And yeah, Rose felt a way about that. 410 Wakanda said, I feel like the oldest son is in danger. I just have a feeling. What they say was done in the dark will come to the light. So whatever that is happening, like it's going to come out. It's going to come out. Meso said the way she braided his hair while he was in pain is crazy. I know braiding hair may hurt. However, how dare you record it and post it for you to monetize off of it? Right. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Right. Meso said, and he wasn't even able to show his true emotions. You can tell he was told not to react. He did the best he could with keeping it together. Free Peace said, you don't have to be married to do nice things. I agree. Laura said, hi, Rose supporters. I may be just talking to myself. I try. Welcome back, Laura. Red 37 said Rose is financially supporting her white man. Yeah, that's what she put it out there that she is. She didn't want to present it that way on Tasha K channel, but when she cussed him out, that's what she said it was about. And even, as she talked about his income versus hers, like we see what she doing. We see it. We see it over here at least. Beautiful Soul Girl said there's about 2 videos about her kids and racism. Go back about 2 years. The rest were just in her lives complaining about white people. Yeah, I know the bulk of it is about, she got some here and there talking about racism, but we know collectively, as she talk about stats, majority of her content is race baiting and putting the white man above the black man. Radar says never respected but married her. Yep. Ain't that some ish? Can you men relate to that? Beautiful Soul Girl says she has degraded white people in some lives. It made me wonder if Brett has to hear her racial rants all day. She is racist Rose because she seems obsessed with race in general. 410 Wakanda said he never respected her but married her. That means he will use her up and not ever bat an eye. Facts on that. Free Peace said, oh, the haircut was terrible. Y'all seen the haircut? Y'all need y'all seen that? I said, why the boys? I guess it's not an option to go to the barbershop. Bless from Texas says, who's watching the babies while interviewing take place? Can't be Brett. She said he at work. Them older 2 boys. Yeah. Right. Bless up said right. Laura said that beautiful girl, she may have become even more conscious about race being married to such a visible tall man. They're visibly opposites. Meso said like, share, and subscribe. Please do so. Thank you, Meso. Free Peace said Brett was messing that haircut up. Meso said she break it down. Listen, I try to make it do what it do over here. I know no other way. I'm glad y'all are picking up what it is that I'm dropping because this is some straight foolishness. Nani C said good business for one of them, bad business for the other one. Right. I think Rose benefited more from the interview than Tasha did. I think a lot of people who may already follow Rose probably already kind of familiar with Tasha K. So I think it was probably more people who probably went over who maybe wasn't familiar with Rose like that, who maybe went over there to kind of peep, because people now are intrigued, like, let me see what's going on over there for myself. So I would say that Rose definitely benefited more from the collaboration. Red 37 said when her husband eventually leaves, she won't say a negative word about her white man. That's what I say. It's going to be not my baby daddy. It's going to be my ex-husband, whatever. But that's what I'm calling. Blessed Up says sure was Free P on purpose too. Meso said, look at what she did while they are married. Yes. Beautiful Soul said, Laura, my white husband is tall and I don't talk about race all day. Stacy says that girl wants us to believe she was a stripper but didn't sleep with anyone. Sugar daddy just wanted sugar and gave her $25,000 easily. The lies she tells. Stacey says she ain't here for them lies. Red 37 says she won't because black women don't want to lose sexual access to white men. Radar said her husband has to be on the internet because that's what she's selling. Yeah, I mean, she told his mama when they were doing a Q&A maybe a couple weeks ago when I reviewed that video from a Q&A she did with her mother-in-law. She was like, I made Brett do YouTube. I made, her words were made. It's funny how that's the word, because even yesterday when he was talking about moving in with Rose, his words was, she made me move in with her, just like she made him. I guess she like, listen, you finna live over here. Your money ain't really doing nothing to pay no bills. So what we about to do is get this YouTube channel popping, and you just finna like, she straight told him, she, what they say, she straight sunned him. She told him, now what you gonna do? You gonna like it and you gonna love it. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you this script, and all you gotta do is follow it. Don't F it up, Brett. Beautiful Soul Girl said, my husband is a stepdad to my kids, puts oil in the kids' hair and takes them to get haircuts. Brett has no excuse how he treats those kids' hair. Laura said, I just think they look like opposites. Soul Girl, he stands out and she is tiny. 410 Wakanda said he feels deep down that Rose is a scum on his shoe, and he doesn't say or think nice about Rose. Jazz G said, as someone with a mother who raked my head like that, I refuse to let her touch my head after a certain age. Hot comb hell. I'm surprised he didn't run away from her. Remember, there was a one braid he didn't really like. She like, you want me to redo it? Like, nah, I'm all right. It's all right. He started acting like he liked it. Like, hell no, you ain't getting back in my head. Now, Nisi says she still continued to make titles about black males, her sons. Yeah, she panders. She did that right, following the lie. Cutting my black sons, like, that's just what she do. We just pick up on it. Beautiful soul. So I have two kids with my ex-husband and one with my husband, and they all are treated equally by my husband, as they should. You know, I grew up having a stepfather and it was equal treatment. So it is possible. 410 Wakanda saying Rose writes all that stuff as if Brett's saying it, but it's actually just her painting the entire narrative. Listen, Brett is just somewhere, somebody on payroll. He just part of the staff. Him and the kids are part of the staff. Radon say, yes, we caught her last minute perk up after the shout out. She perked up real fast and like, black men, you guys are amazing. Better yet, I'm about to trade Brett out and go catch me one again. Girl, Stacy said, I told you she loved the attention and will be seeking others. I see her reaching out to you soon because you are calling it and doing it with integrity. Listen, long as she come correct, I'll have a conversation with her. But listen, don't start none, won't be none. Just come correct. Beautiful Soul Girl said, Laura, if I had YouTube, trust me, we would be popular. I just don't feel the need to put my family out there for some coins. I like my peace. Yeah, peace is everything. And family content, those channels are super popular, but beautiful, like you, it's just not an option for my family because listen, I'm okay with being on the internet, but nobody else in the family is okay with being on the internet. Beautiful Soul Girl said, my profile is blacked out for a reason. People get doxxed on here. I like to protect my peace and family. Laura said, at Beautiful Soul, I could not be on YouTube either. I use a fridge as my picture. Treya said, Brett pimped her, then wifed her. Soon as the money dry up, he's gone. Not pimped her and wifed her. Wow, that's a hell of a combination. Laura says she gave him phone sex to sugar daddy. It's not uncommon. Stacy said, I wanted to come through that phone and check him for her butchering that baby hair. She deleted a live. I had a long message for her in welcome the block. Welcome the block. And Laura says, if anything, Brett is emotionally held hostage, fearing to go against her, but he married her and had children, and he comes from a family of marriages. Right. In that Q&A that Rose did with her mother-in-law, mother-in-law just, I think they've been married for maybe like 50 years, her in-laws have. So advice the mother-in-law gave her was basically just be a ride or die. You're going to have some days where you don't like each other, but you work through it, which is real stuff. But the disrespect, that's something completely different. Like, yes, you're going to have days when y'all not each other's favorite person, but damn it, it shouldn't be no days where y'all going on the internet just cursing each other out. Like that's on some whole other type of level type stuff. Like, so I'm curious to know how the family, if they've come to be aware that even took place. Even if they didn't see it, have it gotten back to them? Because I don't see as parents how it would sit well with you knowing that your daughter-in-law just straight aired out your son like that on the internet. as a mother, I can't just imagine like any of my three children's partners doing something like that onto them. Like, I don't see how I would come back from that with being able to even want to welcome them back into my home, because that disrespect, that's on an entire different level. That's just some other type stuff. So Rose definitely needs help while she out here, which I believe she lying about getting counseling. Has she ever gone to counseling? I'm gonna say she probably has. A lot of people have, but the question is she currently actively, like, does she have appointments scheduled regularly to go? I'm gonna go with no. I don't see any indication that she does. And when she tried to say she did, the husband said she didn't. He said, "Oh, we need to get her counseling." She was like, "No, player. Remember, I am already in counseling. I go once a week. How the hell y'all in that damn two-bedroom apartment with no furniture and he not missing, not seeing you because you gone to counseling?" He's saying you ain't went to no damn counseling because you at the house every damn day in them damn yoga shorts, walking around barefoot on that hardwood floor, like what, with river on your hip. He know when you gone and when you not. Y'all ain't got no car. Child. Stacy said Brett is starting to get a little ball and stand up to her, but I am going to call them out on running that baby away and leaving in the room alone. Yeah, I mean, Brett's starting to, poke his chest out, but listen, it's not a, he is it is what it is. He's already shown that he's just not the assertive man that he should be, for his family, for his sons. He is not a great representation. He can just, he only, all he shows is his physical muscle, hence lifting the kids up by their neck. Like, I don't even know what type of game, I don't even know what you call that, because I've never seen a man play around with a child with lifting them up like by the, I've never seen that. And I, like I said, I have sons. I grew up with a brother, boy cousins. Like, I never seen that move. Like, so that's on some other stuff. And given that he's so big, I would think that he would be more conscious about how he handles people in general, because he knows I'm a big guy, so I'm going to be stronger. So I want to make sure that I'm careful with how I'm handling people, because it's almost like somebody who knows they got big hands, they're heavy handed. They want to kind of be more conscious about how they navigate, because it's like, I know I'm heavy handed, so I just want to be careful here. But he out here treating the daggone kids like they his size, and she just here for it, and it's all on camera. It ain't even like he's privately doing, like, it's on camera. Like, I wonder what does Adonis think when he's sitting at home or wherever he is, and he's peeping that this is taking place with his son in Hawaii, his sons. Like, what is this? That's why I'm like, Adonis, we need you to step to the front of the congregation ASAP. Laura says, I have a theory. The camera, I think, was broken by Brett when he discovered things. They did talk about divorcing, but changed mine. I have caught so many deleted lives, and she just seems very tormented. That's an interesting perspective. No, Nisi said, if Rose benefited, I think she got exposed at the same time because of all the exposure I see for who she truly is. So I thank everybody for blasting her. Yeah. Meso said, think about it. Brett works 70 hours a week. So when does Rose go to therapy when she has all the kids who is watching them so easy to get the truth? That's what I'm saying. But they get mad when we use common sense over here. Kelly 1964 says, as a person raised in diverse cultures, I am lost. Thanks for the insight. You're welcome. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I do my best to try to break it down with the help of the family that comes and participate with the lives in the evening in the chat. So this is what we do in the evenings. Today is going to be a shorter show because, listen, we cover all we need to cover. And this was day 2, part 2 of the interview with Tasha K and Rose Miller of Queen of Kings. So it was a wonderful experience, and definitely, taking in and listening or hearing, the insights that you all have pertaining to the Queen of Kings content, as well as this interview, because it was like the interview was a mess, but then it was very like enlightening, and it definitely also supported a lot of the things that we were saying over here. It's just like, now we can be like, that's what we're talking about. Like, now even more people can see the shenanigans that Rose is on, because I'm sure a lot of people who are Tasha K followers, they don't follow Rose. So now her shenanigans has been put on a whole nother type of level, because Tasha has more followers than Rose, not by a whole lot, but she does have more followers. So this just exposed Rose and her shenanigans, and you're going to still have people that's here for it as far as in supports, but I think it's going to be more people popping up on the scene saying this is some tomfoolery. Now, Nisi said, hopefully this exonerates her ex. He seems to be doing well. I noticed he has a new partner and a beautiful family. Yes, I heard his wife named Champagne, y'all. So I think I've seen a picture of her. But yeah, he has, I don't know if he has more kids with her. I just know he got, another family, another household. Let me see. Trey said, child, let me see. Insight here, thanks. Let me see. Trey said, child, have a good night. Have a good night, Trey S. Have a good night. Lady Kelly 1964 says, ladies odd. Laura said her ex was silent too long to convince me now that he has any concern. I hear that. Beautiful soul. I'm soulful. Beautiful soul girl said, Laura, definitely Rose is an emotional vampire. And Laura says her ex's wife is studying to be a RN. Okay. That's a positive thing. Stacey said he claims the kids are holding his hand and he is not putting force on their neck. Maybe that is the same move Rose wanted us to see when he got into that fight. She is so ignorant. But even if that is the case, what do they say? Sometimes it's about the optics and how something looks. So you're on the internet and it's a family channel. So you have to, you can't ignore how something looks, right? That's when you move, responsibly. You have to move in a different way when you're on the internet. Me as a content creator, and as I come out on the internet, I have to be cognizant of how I move on the internet. What they say, the internet is forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. Like that is the internet for you. It is here to stay. So Rose can't do the most and get mad when people screen save the foolishness and react to it. Sis, you put it out there. Govern yourself accordingly. Beautiful soul girl said, Lori, I agree. I'm going to look up court case search and see if he ever filed for custody. Stacy said, I agree. Listen, I am going to get out of here. I thank each and every one of you for joining tonight. Please, if you have not done so, please like, share, and subscribe. What my likes looking like, please make sure that they're at least at our, 42, or if you haven't, because I see 42 people still on. So if you haven't hit the like button, please do me a solid and hit the like button. We've recently reached our first goal of 1,000 subscribers. So thank you, fam. I have to think of a name for us over here. In the morning, I do live workouts. I call us the ab chasers over there because, child, we trying to get them abs to be poking through. So if you're into physical workout content, definitely check me out in the mornings. Have your notification bell on. Typically go on early in the mornings. The times vary. So, child, just put your notification bell on. But I'm going to be out there doing that workout. So check me out. And then in the evening, I do my long form content. Right now, we're covering the Queen of Kings until I decide to, to move on with life. But y'all, I started this live with saying, I saw that Nelly had gotten arrested. So I don't know the details yet pertaining to that, but I have a whole lot of thoughts because he's a new pappy to him and the beautiful Ashanti's baby. What did they have? Did they have a boy? Did they have a boy? They have a new baby. So, but I need to look into that. So that's a sad situation. Let me see. Somebody just said, okay, beautiful girl. So yes, but yeah, it's a lot going on. But yeah, we've just been covering the Queen of Kings because it's just a lot to cover there. And we just have a good time over here. So yes, thank you again. Let me see what it Meso said. They had the baby already. Yeah, they had the baby maybe like 2 weeks, maybe like 2 weeks ago. Not that long. It hasn't been no more than like 2 weeks that the baby was born. So yeah, that baby is here. I just can't remember the sex of the baby. I feel like it's a boy, but I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen any pictures. I just know the baby is here, and just what I had heard, mom and baby were healthy, doing well. But now baby daddy in jail, y'all. So child, So we covering the Queen of Kings right now, but who knows who we may need to move on to, going forward. So as we have these lives, you guys can kind of drop in the comments and let me know if there's anybody else out there that y'all like, listen, we need to investigate and uncover some things. But yes, if you do want to show me any type of love, my Cash App is $speak50. I'm also right now eligible for super chats because I reached the requirements as far as my 1,000+ subscriber account plus my watch hours. So yes, we're growing over here. We're winning. Road to 5,000 subscribers. These are exciting times for us, and I thank you all. VP said it's a boy. Okay, it's a boy. So I haven't heard the name of the baby yet, but it's a boy. So I'm sure we'll be back out here. Y'all know I'll be watching for Rose shenanigans. Thank you, Nisi. You said good live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yes, you can show me love through the Cash App, $speak50, or through the super chat, or you can just simply hit the like button for me. That's free. It helps me, circulate through the algorithm and just reach people all over wherever this content is supposed to go. And yeah, we're growing. So make sure you also subscribe and share with somebody who you think would enjoy or appreciate this content. And y'all check me out in the morning when I get up and do morning workouts and motivational talk to get you moving in the right direction when you start your day out in the morning, or before you start your day out. You want to start it out on a good foot. So join me in the morning with my morning workouts. It's a different type of experience over there. It's more calm. It's typically like an hour, anywhere from 25 minutes to an hour. So it's nothing all long like over here, but definitely join me over there if you have not. But again, I thank each and every one of you. This has been fun as usual. And I am Chic from Chic Speaks, and I will check you on the next broadcast. Peace.